It's that quiet weapon, rap verse writ for silent wars. It's going down now, that's why we calling on all wars. Got strikes, join the Empire Strike like Star Wars. We do it like echoes eternally. We spit words, truth that germinate eternally. Unfold so they learn to see how they lower self straight squirming. Be as long as the game stay full of vermin, this holy zilla burning me. Permanent amnesia, game is straight up serving seizures. This record's like a battle cry. Future generations need you. The rap industry need ya. Ban chauvinism, criminalize these kingpin visions and glamorize the prison. Slam the door on the hole. It's not where we headed to, you don't wanna know. If I had a challenge, status quo with Dodo, I'd still be ready to go though. More Jedi than Han Solo. Plans for Max faster than photos. These labels red-handed trying to turn the page. Trigger future weapons like chemical, yet people are crazy. Diabolic blaze, psychosis spread like the plague. Rock them like the class action rap, dragging through the haze. This is psychological war. No breaks, no rules, high stakes, conglomerate. Corporations trying to brainwash us with self-hatred. They sabotage another generation. It's time to raise up the Moorish nation. Calling on board. Calling on board. MCs, battle stations.
I ain't a field nigga, though I walk through the field of the shadow of death. I give praise to the holy breath, like skin, like a house nigga. But yo, the mole kept your master's books. Yeah, I know that gives me sideways looks. From Islamic kingdoms we were took. That's the hook. Why don't y'all know brooms? Why I ain't no coon? Why I can't play the buffoon? Garbed in a sash, turban and pantaloon. The tune is a rallying cry to our platoon across grand body lines, cause that's the time. The ether is sublime, but the more gauged it like subprime. It's divine and national. Some soldiers are irrational. This is the art of war. You got the art of war behind a computer screen, but my pedigree can see that you green. So get the hell out of the way and let the real warriors play.
Latest dance moves off the street fights. The baseball Furies dropped the ball, made an error. Our friends are on second base and trying to make it all the way home.
Muslims marching to the city of love. Super booted to the city of love. Keep rising to the top to see the trees of the boat. Up the ladder we stepping, faithful, yeah. Golden age of the Moors, yeah, that's me on the cover. Hannibal come again, sex in the rudder. Conference is square, but I'm good with the hammers, pound for pound. For the axe and cutter, after lying about the mazel of death with Jesus. Super the rock, slip them on the top of for them possums. Knowledge, Islam, Mercury. I self-law and master, most certainly. Son of Bambada, but I'm built like Hercules. While the law lives, ain't no Mercury.
I've been asked to relay a request from the Grand. It's a special for the war. That's that real live one from Thomas, and I do mean it for you. Okay, let's get
it straight. This that zombie repellent right here. Do like this. I never claimed to be fathered by European bank ballers. They just put him in his space. I'm a star partner. Allah put the beeline before you, told you don't detour. I came to listen Derby, you're the destroyer. Like King James, you not the same, we varsity. The game fit me like a destroyer. The time's borrowed. I see your sorrow so crystal clear. You didn't plan for tomorrow, trying to claim power. Being clouds of powder, but your souls have devoured. You moving no miles per hour. Down here, you might advance when we wait us all. Well, Allah's will, we in good hands like all state. We Jamaica. Degrees keep you scorching like Jamaica. Lord Vader's your relation. Translation, the temptations, Islam triangulated ya. Congratulations. Yes. My God. My God. My God. Yes. My God. My God. Yes.
It's a song of thanksgiving and praise sung by the masses. Not confined to Muslims, Jews, or Catholics. I think about my God, Allah. I feel moved, feel like doing spiritual backflips. Round dog, semi-guard, giving gymnastics. The talents I'm blessed with, believe I owe it all to the cause of cause. All because he made me in his image. Thanking him for allowing me to bear witness to his greatness. Allah's the greatest. Allahu Akbar, Ali praise. Circumstances demand for me not to be deluded by illusions of that fantasy. Strength, goals, and families. All that calamities or self-love's misery. Allah enjoys, I enjoy the surrender.
Yes. My God. My God. My God. Yes. My God. My God. Yes.
Hey, everybody want the spotlight? I tell them read about old Democles, crazy, right? Be careful what you wish for, you might get it. And if it comes from the highest self, my God did it. That's Allah. Some call him Zeus, but whatever his name is, he's the rootless roots. He calls his cause. My God told us that the time was out, but you still talking about your Audemars. I ain't mad at y'all, I'm trying to educate. You show the public love, in return they show you hate. Creative faith works for my God, but I applaud his actions, at least he got a job. The unemployment rate is so high, my God, the merciful, my God, the merciful.
Yes. My God. My God. My God. Yes. My God.
Yeah.
My God.
I'm on the right here.
Yes.
Yeah. Hail Mary, Father of Grace. That's the song, just minus the pale face. Now I'm older than in case of vitiligo. Your whole history up in that Clorox bottle. The pill powers and our lead just follow. Some we want to eat your medulla oblongata. Lord Jesus, you know the dog is like rib. They drink his blood and eat his body. Cannibalism problem. Say it's communion, but it is what it is. Mass savagery, but they mask it to be godly. Pippin' in Ferraris, chasing that mirage like your dog can just tell the scope mystery. God, mama on the knees praying, please Lord Jesus. Daddy slain, but the pain mostly felt in her feet. Preacher gave me that King James whooping. Genesis 9:24 in the book, man. Killed you with the imagery. Pink babies with wings, it's like a couple shots of Hennessy. And Frank Cooper before the fire consumed them. Preacher with a smile, then the rapper soon come. Welcome to Babylon, USA. Like the leaves in autumn. London Bridges, World Trade. Take it back to room for Boaz. Lady Smith, Joseph Johnson used to be known as. I deny you from barrels to picking cotton. No niggas read more, get in the mirror, you not.
Yes. My God. My God. My God. Yes. My God.
quite aware of what I'm asking of you. And I don't think it's a crime asking you to be more for me.
Yeah, I found a long man.
I found a long man. Yeah, that's the higher self. If you don't get the gift for love, you deny yourself that all white swag. Feds is interpret through the Moorish flag, the lion and the murder. This world of love servant. You can't bring your simple ways to our lead. You set you free for send your babies to day school. You kept your hoops, eat they food, you they food. Hit doggy when you're wrong with that collar on. You still need even if you get your white wallow on. This movement right here ain't for the passive. You shook, sweating, brow, tripping molasses. Reactive, and we will speed up the molecule. But slow down the ethers, back the flesh to all of you. Praise the Lord for proper drool, we honor you. The quarter song, real on me, rendezvous.
The reconciliation of the one and the many, his manifestations are plenty, yet he has no partners, unlike the creator, into whom was Jesus first reincarnated. MCs get cremated, spitting at blasphemy. I tend to agree with Ibn Arabi and Al-Ghazali. 99 names, attributes infinite in number, nor sleep nor slumber. Overtake heed, not bound by the petty emotions of frail and weak humanity. Such insanity, there can't be two absolutes, but that would change the definition of the word. The word is bond, the fix is solved. In his mind revolves countless universes. That's why we call him Father. He's farther, yet closer than your jugular vein. Al-Malik, the king will always reign.
To the one who is supreme, most wise, beneficent, executive of everything, seen and unseen. And in him alone belong worship, adoration, and praise for the rest of my days. Wonderful he is in all ways. His knowledge transcends the balance that your thoughts relate. Stretch out the heavens with his hands, fingers draw forces for the stars. Build worlds with his words, strike planets with his arm. Majestic, omnipotent, over the void. Don't take his anger or you'll be destroyed. He institutes the law, the government of all beings, and his will's built in the nature of each one of these things. His providence is always forever. His works rule with infinite wisdom. We stay in search of the purpose. There's but one Allah, the governor, the world, the author, creator, almighty, eternal, incomprehensible, the father of the five principles. Louis L. Longine, Laws on the Move, Lotus Corn, Hopkins Bay, Longine in the building. It's been a long time, I know you never thought I'd wake from. I've been scheming on the rhyme, this rap game is a big gun. On the hill, gunning for my mind, like D-Day, Normandy's beaches. High, honest to the prophet, look how far our history reaches. I feel my memory expands and thought speed increases. From now forward, we taking it back more. Positive hip-hop is how we rap shore. Upliftment business, got them in the rap shore. Star Wars started with a world tour. Fighting over pyramids, we catch yours. Capstone rapping, beats like Blackstone clapping. Trace it back to the captain, Noah, Adam, Ham. Let's take a walk from the beginning to the end. Brought me all the way back home again. Back from the dismal crypts.
Bottom of the ships, that's all bullshit from the bottomless pits. You made it like the greatest could be born. Beat the dragon, graduated more, made it through the storm. Baptized by fire, we the cleanest, even die. I heard the sun is gone, I can feel it in me, man. The sun is born, Ellen is towing the star. The sky's torn, it's the tetrahedron. Sound the horn. It's the hand, the living of Jesus, do they know who I am? Does it fit in the hand? I'm resurrected, blow up like that's who I am.
This life of man any time began. Here now you cherubim, you seraphim, you angels and you men. Here now, O cold class of earth and plant, and ranger over the deep. Ye birds that fly. Here now, ye winds that blow, ye thunders and ye lightnings of the sky. I'm M, of holy and divine approval. Our royal herald you reduced to a stand. Man was but a seed of a plant in the soil of soul. Title of faithful, cause the tone was kept peaceful while there was turmoil. It grew apace and became the strength of the law, manifested in the flesh. Striving for plus, society warns me not to push. Descendants of ancient Canaanites from the land of Canaan. Old man Cush, first inhabitants of Africa from the land of Canaan. His father Ham and his family was second. Then came the word Ethiopia, the demarcation line of the Mexican, the first and true divine name of Africa. Follow the footprints in the sand of the master. Philosophy faster, brings the substance of the body to a higher tone, and particular ones, the dividing the land between the father and the son.
This is the hand, the living of Jesus, do they know who I am? Yeah. Does it fit in the hand? I'm resurrected, blow up like that's who I am.
Right. Giving praise to Allah. Giving honor to his prophet.
Oh yeah.
Prophet Noble Ali. Giving honor to the 411.
I told y'all.
Hey Moors. Hey Moors.
I told y'all.
Islam. Islam. It's a new day for the Moors. Hey Moors.
Yeah.
Islam. It's a new day.
Check it out.
Moors. Hey Moors. Hey
Yo.
It's a new day for the Moors.
Did everybody hear?
Islam. It's a new day for the Moors. Y'all made me do it, they ain't wanna do it. Try to work the job when I was going through it. I said hit the streets, they wanna hit the streets, you wanna stay in the temple. Same speech, same talk, same bark, no bite. Well, alright, I'm the heart conveying, I can handle that. My prophet spoke to me, said handle that. Woo!
I tried to tell y'all it was a new day. I don't think they heard me.
Oh man, 2016, all you gonna see is Prophet Noble to Ali.
Yeah.
Old Moors, step aside.
Yeah.
Come on, let's ride. Hey, it's a new day for the Moors. Hey Moors, hey Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Oh yeah, Islam. It's a new day for the Moors. Hey. It's a new day for the Moors. Hey Moors, hey Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Oh yeah, Islam. It's a new day for the Moors.
Hey!
You visited by a prophet of God.
Press one if you can hear me.
Go hard, I'm a more.
We ready, go ahead.
The elephants over the elves in the cold. Even went to Spain. We arranged the terrain. Even tried to civilize pain.
Now cipher.
2016, I'm gonna show you what this means. My tassel roll 360. Do you really think you can tell me what the
I don't think nobody can hear me. I don't need no one.
With the prophet, I'm a prophet more.
Can you hear me, my brother?
Prophet more. Stop it more. I'm holding the world and make me drop it more. Now drop it more.
Uh-oh.
It's a new day for the Moors.
See,
one. It's a new day for
Hey,
the Moors.
hold on. I tried to tell y'all it's a new day. I don't think they heard me. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Because I don't think they heard me. I tried to tell y'all it was a new day. I had a beautiful weekend last weekend. I had a beautiful one this weekend. Oh my goodness. What's up, Moors, family, and everybody? I'm going to try not yell. I'm going to try, but it's kind of hard. You know what I mean? I try to tell y'all it's a new day. I don't think y'all believe it. Who been following the movement? Press 7 if you've been following the movement. Y'all been following the movement? I'm everywhere. I got everybody rolling with the Moors. Let's go.
me do it, they want to do it. Try to work the job when I was going through it.
Try to make the streets said, hit the streets first. Same speech, same talk, same talk, no fight. But all right, I'm the heart of the bay, and I'm a handle that my proper spoken me say, handle that. What? What? I'm trying to tell y'all, it's God plan, a law plan. Oh man, 2016, all you gonna see is Prophet Noble, Drew Ali, old boys, step aside, third floor, come on, let's ride. Hey,
It's a new day for
yeah,
the Moors. Hey, Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Oh yeah.
what's up? What's up, Yasha? Libya now. WTF? Stay tuned. We got you. It's a new day for the Moors. You don't know who we are, but you're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today. Let's go. Yeah.
We were visited by
A prophet of God, and you mean to tell me we can't go hard on the bull up old, the one who grows the elephants over the Alps and the cold, even with the Spain,
he arranged the terrain. Even try to civilize pain.
now cipher 2016. I'ma show you what this mean. My tassel roll 360. Do you really think you can tell me what to do and say? Did you know I look up the phone and bang? I roll with the prophet of a prophet more. Follow the prophets on a prophet more. Stop it more. I'm holding the world and drop it more. Just drop it more.
It's a new day
Yeah.
for the Moors. Hey, Moors.
Yeah.
It's a new
I
day
try
for
to
the
tell y'all
Moors.
it's a new day. I don't need no voice
It's
after
a
the
new
night.
day for the Moors.
I don't need no voice. Yeah.
It's a new day for the Moors. Hey,
It's a new day.
Hey, Moors. It's a
Trying
new
to tell
day for
y'all,
the Moors. Oh, yeah.
this is only the beginning, baby.
It's a new day for the
It's only
Moors.
the beginning. Check it out.
Between you and
I am the wisest. You never met out because your household divided. How you gonna teach anybody but Drew when the people that love you, they don't believe you? Probably think you got jail religion. Need to wash off that stench of prison. Speaking of prison, that's all y'all trap. But what about the children? Y'all got that? Don't scrap that. I ain't even tripping. I'll show you what happened when the law gets you visit. No government grants and no food stamps. I live in the temple for watching the ants, for watching my prophet and listen to a law. I will be in hell if I listen to y'all. Listen to y'all. Talking on Moors. Walk around broke with nothing to show for it. Oh!
it's a new day
Yeah.
for the Moors. Hey, Moors. Hey, Moors. It's a new
Hey,
day for
let's
the
stop for a
Moors.
minute.
Oh, yeah.
Let's stop for a minute.
It's
Let's
a
go.
new day for
Let's
the
go.
Moors.
Check it out. First and foremost, I rise, giving praise to the great God of the universal law. It's definitely a new day for the Moors today. I give honor to his noble, illustrious prophet, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, because if it wasn't for him, it'd be no me. It'd be a type of person that you wouldn't want to see. That was around, but it wasn't meant to be, whatever. Anyway, we going right in. Because I see somebody in the chat right now, and he must don't know who we are. He must don't know who we are. But it's a brother in the chat. I think the brother name is Yashua Libya now. Check this out. Yashua. Stay tuned, my brother. Give it a chance, my brother. See where we coming from. This about unity. Don't come in with the recklessness, brother. We don't want that. We try to bring this thing together, brother. I got something coming soon from Sister Dana Manichi. And you say that you a Jew? Well, she say that the Jew is me and the me is you, and we all the same. Her independent research and all the scholars from around the world is grabbing it up to confirm that you are you, I am you, and you are me. So, brother, chill out. It's gonna be all right. We ain't about that beefing. This ain't the place to beef. You want to beef, go in the streets. I see you say you a street NIGGA. You can't beef on a YouTube station. That ain't real beef. You know, Mama Biggie Smalls, what's beef? Beef when you remember? Mama Biggie Smalls, what's beef? Beef ain't on a YouTube release. That ain't beef, family. So look, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Let's talk about it. Anyway, peace and love, family. Peace and love, family. What we gonna talk about today? But first, before we go in real quick, I want to talk about real quick. I see my brothers waiting, and I'm not gonna hold them up too long. But I want to talk about last weekend. First, before I talk about last weekend, I want everybody to know that all the footage that I have recorded over the past month, no, it hasn't been released. Let me tell you why it hasn't been released. because I've been called for this place. I've been called to that place. I've been called for this organization. I've been called to that organization to document the Moorish journey. I'm talking about all different bodies of Moors. I've been there. But this coming week, I'm going to be dropping one after another after another. I'm going to do a series that every day from Monday on to Friday, I'm going to drop at least one video that I recorded in the past month. What have I been in the past month? I have been to the Moorish American National Republic. I've been to their naturalization demonstration, the naturalization program that they demonstrate at the Blacks and Wax Museum. I've been to my brothers on Milton Avenue. Those are my brother that demonstrate from one of the most courageous brothers in Baltimore, Brother Timothy Dingle L. My brother Pray for L. You know, beautiful demonstration over there. I got plenty of footage from that. I'm going to put that footage out. I got footage from the Ali's Men summit. I'm going to put that out. I'm talking about I got Brother Sharif. He's giving the presentation on how to stop and alleviate police brutality. I'm going to be putting that out. I got Dana Marnici. She is chopping heads and didn't even know she had a sword because she was just demonstrating the lessons and what she know from her research. You know, and what I mean by chopping heads, I mean, she is all of that corner scholar and YouTube scholar stuff is out the door when I drop that. I'm going to be dropping that. And I got a lot of little other things. I might drop Roy Bay. Let me ask y'all a question. I'm going to ask y'all. And this is a serious question. Ask y'all family in the chat. Are y'all familiar with Roy Bay? And if you are you interested in hearing what my brother Roy Bay have to say? Press 1. Let me know something. You know, because Roy Bay, he has an interview with me, and I'm trying to put it out, but I'm trying to figure out how to put it out because a lot of it doesn't go with the context of what we talk about here on Moorish World, but nevertheless, that's my brother. And if people are interested in it, I will put it out. Okay, we got one. We got another one. We got another. There we go. Roy Bay, because of the people want it, we're going to put that out. Roy Bay interview will be released next week. And what I mean, it doesn't go with the context of Moorish World TV. It doesn't mean that he's talking to the left. It means that Moorish World TV is going in a certain direction. I want to keep it in that direction. But in the same vein, Brother Polite is not going in the vein of Moorish World TV. That's right. Brother Polite, his will be dropping this week also. I did an interview with Brother Polite today. I might, if I can get off early, if I can get off of this early, I'm going to be dropping the Brother Polite maybe later on tonight or the first thing in the morning. And not the whole thing of Brother Polite, but Brother Polite will be answering some questions as it relates to his relationship with my brother on the other channel. Man, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because on the other channel, and I don't mean to start no controversy, but on the other channel, they say Brother Polite sold out. But I beg to differ. I hung out with Brother Polite this weekend, and I beg to differ. I mean, hey, you can disagree with me too. I beg to differ. And when you see this interview, I think you'll differ too. I think you'll differ too because Brother Polite, I asked him the questions that everybody, I asked the question that people want to know. Like, why is he on that little bus, you know, with the stripper pole? You know, why he's with these scantily clad women? I asked him these questions. Do he still rock with Dr. York? I asked him these questions. And so, and his answers was very balanced to me. And I've seen some Polite that I don't agree with. But you know what? Nevertheless, it's not for me to agree with everything that everyone does. I like the part that I like. You don't attack me, I don't attack you. I don't defend myself. Leave me alone so I won't have to defend myself. And that's the bottom line. But nevertheless, that interview will be coming out soon. Real soon. Nevertheless, a lot of people want to know. what's going on with this Trump demonstration? Is Trump going to bring out the troops? A sister told me today that Trump is going to bring out the FEMA camps and all the troops are going to round us up. That was sister told me. Sister says they're going to round us up and put us in the FEMA camps. And I said to the sister, I said, I believe that the United States is built on a labor of the people. And they can't get labor out of people in FEMA camps, you know, and it would best be too much confusion. So if they can keep you deaf, dumb, and blind and rock to sleep and have you working and contributing to the economy, that is better than a FEMA camp. You follow me? So what's going on? In the chat room today, we got my big brother, Ali Bey, is in the chat room, and I can't see my other brother next to him, but we're gonna start with the brother with the same picture I got on my wall. Who is that right there behind that petition?
Hey, this is peace and love, Islam. This is Brother Charles Ware.
Oh my, yes, brother, yes, my brother. I can appreciate you, brother. My brother Ali Bey was saying that you are the political genius. What he say?
He's too kind with his assessment, but you know, I try to do and contribute what I can.
Well, you know, Moors, we are the servants of humanity. So sometimes we serve our egos and we serve our brothers' egos. And we support our brother. But brother, I welcome you to Moorish World TV, and I expect that we have a good refreshing build. And I might get loud sometime. I might get worked up sometime. But brother, I love the prophet. I love the work that we are doing to uplift all of humanity. So it's all good and love. That's just my personality. So don't pay me no mind if I get a little bit worked up. You know what I mean?
I got you, brother. That's outstanding. That music, brother, that you played again, that was my joint. I like that, brother, man. You keep that energy and that fire. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna have to step out for about 10 minutes, but I'm gonna be right back. I have to go handle some business and be right back, brother. Ready to go. And I'm very interested in contributing to your show. It's an honor to be on here, and I'm just excited, brother. And honors, bro.
Absolutely. So handle your business, and we'll be right back. When you come back, just let me know, and we'll get this show on the road. All right. All right.
Yes,
all right.
brother. Peace.
And my brother Ali Bey, how you doing, my brother?
All good. What's up, bro?
You the one I want to talk to. You the one
Yes,
inspired. You the one inspired to do this show here, brother, because we were going back and forth talking about Donald Trump. And then we went into the Obama. Did Obama do enough or something that we got into? And we went into a diatribe, and it was going back and forth. And I thought it was a beautiful thing, because a lot of people think Moors agree on everything, you know, but we don't agree on everything. We don't see things alike. But nevertheless, at the end of the day, man, that's my brother. Man, when the bullet comes, get out the way, I take it for you. I ain't got no problem. That just ain't no problem. That just ain't no talk. I'm real deal with this stuff, man. This is a real thing. But anyway, brother, welcome into the chat. We're going to talk about it tonight, my brother. How you feel? Who are you? Let's talk about it. Let's see who know you. I'm going to look at the chat and see who know you, my brother.
That's funny. Islam, bro. This is Ali Bey calling in from. I'm in Teaneck, New Jersey right now, but I'm from Harlem, New York.
Man, Harlem, man. Hey, do they still do the Harlem Shake? No,
You crazy.
I'm just playing. But anyway, while we wait for my brother to come in, brother, let me tell you something. Man, this weekend, man, like last weekend, man, I'm telling you, Allah is just too good. Allah is just too good. Man, last weekend, man, I spent the whole weekend with some dynamic Moors, scholars, I mean, the doers. You know what I mean? I had a whole weekend with doers, man. Oh, man, it was beautiful. And then I come back this weekend, and then I spend the weekend with Brother Polite, man. And when I speak of Brother Polite, I'm talking about the brother cleared up some misconceptions that the people have, man. And I look forward to showing.
Right.
And not only that, my brother Ali Bey, he has extended the hand. The miracle, the prophet said, the hand. Isn't it a miracle? But what good use is it if you don't extend it for the assistance of your brother? And he extended his hand to the Moors. He extended his hand, his resources, as well as his notoriety as it relates to people knowing who he is, you know, and you got to honor that. You know what I mean? I'm not caught up in, I said in the interview, I'm not caught up on the bus with the stripper pole. I can't go on the stripper pole. I ain't with it. You know what I mean? I'm not caught up with scantily clad girls and females and sisters. That ain't my thing. However, I am in the business in which he's in, and he's in the business of uplifting fallen humanity, and the way that he do it may be different than mine. But who am I to say his is not relevant? Huh? Ain't my position. Ain't my thing. My thing is I stick to the program of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, you know, and I do that to the best of my ability. Because sometimes I get to the point where, man, I feel like putting hands on people. Man, I know I shouldn't, man. I pray for it. Pray for me, family. Sometimes I get worked up when they come at the Moors, man. I'm telling you, I get worked up. And I need you to pray for me. Yeah, I sound like one of them old preachers. I need you to pray for me. But anyway, brother, how you feel about Trump so far? What you think? You know he done went back on a few things, right?
You know what? He's gone. Well, he says that pretty much he's going to pull back from some of the stances that he's taken on the campaign trail. However, you know, we'll see what happens. But right now, it appears that he's capitulating and backpedaling on a bunch of things that he sold, you know, to his audience. And if that truly is the case, if he really is going to change his positions and perform these 180s that it appears that he's going to perform, that pretty much means he played those people out. You know, he basically played them out, you know, real talk.
Absolutely, absolutely. But one of the things that I hear is that he's going back on, I think, repealing. He changed his position.
Repealing the repealing the Affordable Health Care Act. Yeah, it's insane. Like like I mentioned before he even said that. Remember when we were going back and forth last week about whether or not our people benefited from that? Of course they did. Of course they did. I know people personally that have benefited from the Affordable Health Care Act, people that were not covered that are now. You know, you're talking about upwards of 20+ million people. And that means our people covered with, you know, health benefits where, you know what I'm saying, that where they didn't have it before. So, you know, yeah, man, he had to realize that it would be insane to just knock 20-something odd million people out of healthcare coverage. You know, that's insane. So a lot of that was rhetoric designed to you know, get the base that he wound up getting to support him in his efforts to become president.
So you actually think that was a bluff game?
Yeah, I think it was a bluff. I think that they probably will make some adjustments to some of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, to try to make it improve upon it. But the last thing that they want to do is repeal it. I guarantee you is that it's not going to get repealed. They already attempted to have it repealed, and the Supreme Court had already shot them down. I don't know if you guys remember that a couple of years ago, shortly after it was passed, the Republicans attempted to have it repealed, and it went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court shot it down. So
I got it up right now, and I'm looking at it right now, and it says that basically that he was he was shutting it down, but now he's willing to keep two parts of it.
Oh, he's gonna keep more than two
You
parts.
think so?
I mean, right? Yeah. What he's gonna do is make adjustments. He's not gonna repeal anything.
Why?
That thing is there. That thing is there. That put it like this. That healthcare bill, that healthcare act, put it like that. That's there. It's not going anywhere. He's not gonna take that away. He was bluffing. Like how you said the Harlem Shuffle. The Harlem Shake. He was doing the New York, the New York hustle, man. He's a New Yorker, man. He was just BSing. He's a BSing. Man.
Oh man. So brother, what do you think? Before we get into talk about our big brother Barack Obama, what do you think? You think he's going to go? Do you think he may go back on the immigrant demonstration?
As a matter of fact, I did see an article today where he was talking about changing. He was talking about he was changing his position on even deporting immigrants and so forth. So I mean, it almost seems as if he's changing his position on everything that he sold to his base. It seems like he's changing everything. So, but like I said, right now it's just rhetoric. It's all rhetoric. So we got to see, come January, what he actually starts trying to do. Right now it's just a waiting game, and right now he's just talking. So we'll see what happens.
Well, we're gonna get right into it, brother. My question, brother, I'm gonna give you my theory. I'm gonna give you my assessment. My assessment is that if Barack Obama, y'all hear me, people? You don't gotta agree. That if Barack Obama would have been true to the people that voted to him in the real, literal, letter for letter, word for word, practical sense, that they would have voted Hillary Clinton in. I think Barack Obama did the best he could do for what power he really has as the president, and most people don't understand the power of the president. However, again, I believe that if he can call out lesbians and gays, and that this is not a shot, this is not a shot, this is what he called the LGBT community by name, and he addressed their issue by issue specifically. He addressed the homosexual LGBT community by name, and he addressed them by issue. Then the Hispanics, the Mexican, the people south of the border, our family south of the border, he addressed them specifically by national descent name, the Mexican, whatever, and specifically by issue. He addressed the Jewish people specifically by name and by issue. Yet, I haven't heard him to address the so-called Black, African American, Moorish American, etc., whatever you choose to call it, by name and by issue. However, I was talking to somebody this week, and they said, "Oh yeah, he did. I can tell you what he did." I love my Obama supporters, and I love Obama. That's my man. But I'm not scared to critique my man. It is what it is. Anyway, the sister told me, she said, when the Mike Brown demonstration went down, he did speak to our people directly as the violence in African American communities. And I said, well, you're right. He did do that with Trayvon Martin too. But I never heard a solution or anything was put in place to curtail or alleviate or even attempt to address it as a matter of fact way, as he did with the LGBT community issues or the Mexican issues. So, brother, what is your viewpoint on that?
Well, I think when the question is being asked, we're actually looking at a question that has two parts to it. But it's almost like the question is being asked as if it's just one straightforward question. It's really not. Like when you say, for instance, he didn't address us by name or by issue, right? Or you say he addressed other people by name and by issue. Well, the question then becomes, what's more important, the issue or him calling your name? And then for Moorish Americans, the question then becomes, if he started calling out black people, do you think, and doing stuff for black people, do you think he was truly addressing you by name?
No, my point is, and
But
I don't want to get into. I'm not really not getting
I know, but
linguistics of the name thing. I'm just saying, if he addressed
yeah,
our
but
group by name, why wouldn't he address us by name and address our issue by name?
yeah, but what is the name? What name? See, like
Whatever
what I'm
name,
saying is,
black, whatever he chooses to use. I'm talking about us as a people. I'm not really putting the emphasis on the name, so to say. I'm talking
okay,
about us as a collective. As he
right.
identified the LGBT community, he identified the Mexican community, and he addressed their specific issue. However, he never identified our community nor addressed any specific issue in our community.
Well, like
That's
the
the
sister
question.
told you, right? Like the sister stated, that's not true. He
Ah,
did address.
come on, brother.
But wait. You got what she was saying was correct. But that's only a part of it.
Right.
He did address the Mike Brown issue. He did address the Trayvon Martin issue. He did address the fact that African Americans, there are many speeches that he's given where he talked about the fact that African Americans were being sentenced, and he spoke about the disparate sentencing where African Americans can get more prison time and sentenced much harsher for similar or same crimes as white people commit. You know, he talked about that. He talked about criminal justice reform and wanting to address the issue of criminal justice reform, to put certain measures in place. His time is up. He doesn't have the time to do it. But he did speak about that. He did speak about the concerns of the African American community in terms of their interactions with police, and the fact that African Americans and similar police stops, could be automobile stops or whatever traffic stops, wind up getting killed in certain traffic stops that, you know, white Americans don't get killed at. He spoke about all of this stuff. Like, one of the things that people have to do if they really want to know whether or not the man actually addressed this stuff is go back through the records. Go back through some of his speeches. Go back through some of his press conferences. You know, where when these things happen, he speaks about it. Even when the guy Henry Louis Gates got roughed up trying to go into his own home by a white police officer, he spoke to that then. You know, I mean, it's a lot, you know, he speaks to the issues, but
Let me ask this before we go to the other brother. But go ahead, brother. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He speaks to the issues. And so the other part of the thing that we have to look at too is when you talk about LGBT, right, and the things that he dealt, you know, whatever it is that he dealt with, one of the things that he dealt with was the issue of whether or not transgender people, based on how they identify, whether or not they can go to a specific bathroom or not. But what he did with that was he implemented an executive order. And it's an executive order that Donald Trump is talking about pulling back once he gets in. So it's not a permanent fix. It was something that he did, you know, in terms of addressing that particular issue based on what he thought to be fair, you know, or whatever, and trying to give, you know, these transgender people, you know, some degree of what they want to call equality because of the way they identify. But he only passed an executive order with that whole bathroom situation. And in terms of gay marriage, you're talking about different states had already legalized gay marriage. So that particular part of what it is that he addressed for homosexuality had already been legislatively on the move for them in various states. Now, the issue of criminal justice reform, the issue of um, police misuse or abuse of power, abuse of deadly force, misuse of deadly force, all of those things, that's not something that any particular state, any locality, nobody's legislated on that on any level, the way that different states had already began to legalize gay marriage before it became a national law. Different states had already started moving on that. So he, as part of the federal government, made it a national law where various states had already started moving, just like certain states are beginning to move on the legalization of marijuana. At some point, national law where it's like, okay, throughout the nation or under federal laws, the use of marijuana, possession of marijuana is now legal. But criminal justice reform in terms of disparate sentencing, meaning our people getting sentenced much harsher for similar crimes that Europeans commit, or being sentenced where they got off, or if you want to talk about the district attorneys and the prosecutors failing to indict police officers who abuse their power and wind up using deadly force on unarmed individuals. That is something that nobody has legislated on. Nobody's legislated on the fact that DAs are using the grand jury proceedings in order to shield police officers from being charged with crimes. Nobody's legislated on that in any capacity. So there's nothing for him to do in that area. The only thing that he can do when civil rights are violated is use the Department of Justice to try to find a civil rights violation on behalf of the individual. And if they can find civil rights violation, then they can charge the police officer, like the guy who choked Eric Garner to death in Staten Island, Barack Obama's Department of Justice, and the person that he appointed, Loretta Lynch, who was the Attorney General, she found civil rights violation. And so she, under the Department of Justice, is going to be charging that police officer from Staten Island with a civil rights violation. But even with the Department of Justice, in order for them to find civil rights violation, there's a high hurdle for them to meet. There's a high standard, a high bar that they have to meet in order to find a civil rights violation, which is why that doesn't normally happen when police officers commit these crimes against the citizens. So just from in terms of that aspect of the black, I guess the black agenda would be criminal justice reform. He's definitely addressed that. And like I mentioned, the Department of Justice in this particular instance, and also the fact that he has been commuting many sentences on the federal level, with more than any other president ever. And many of our people who have been wrongly prosecuted, wrongly sentenced on the federal level are being released from prison under Barack Obama. And in terms of and just to clear up a misconception about the Mexicans in terms of their pathway to citizenship as immigrants, people don't even know that under Barack Obama, more Mexicans have been deported than under any other president. People don't even know that. So even though he's trying to work on a pathway for citizenship for them, under his presidency, more Mexicans have been deported than under any other president. So we have to be clear on that, so that it's not misunderstood when we start talking about he's addressing other people's problems and not ours. We have to really look at the whole picture and do research to see exactly what was taking place, so that we don't just run with what it is that people are putting out there based on their emotions, based on the fact that they're mad at him for whatever reasons. But a lot of the times they're mad at him for reasons that are actually unfounded.
My thing is, is that I truly believe that if he would have held fast to some of the things that would directly affect us and we were aware of it and didn't have to try to figure it out, I think the people would have came out and voted for Hillary Clinton because they would have won a continuation of that. But I don't think, personally, I don't think Barack Obama put out there in full force what he was doing for the people that put him in office. I don't see it. I think what you're saying is that we have to figure it out because
I think that's a false argument, and here's why. People have expressed, first of all, Hillary Clinton's record stands on its own. Most of the people who were complaining about Hillary Clinton were complaining about Hillary Clinton for reasons completely outside of Barack Obama's track record with African Americans in this country. It had nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with what they felt about how she handled Libya, what they felt about how she handled Haiti. What they were putting on her the whole situation about the crime bill that came under her husband's presidency. All right. So these people that felt some type of way about Hillary Clinton, where they were calling her Killery and Billery and all of that kind of stuff, those were sentiments that they held about that woman based on her own track record. It had nothing to do with Barack Obama. Barack Obama's presidency was outstanding in spite of the fact that he had a Congress for 8 years that completely tried to work against him at every single turn. Y'all have to remember that too. When you start talking about, oh, he didn't do this and he didn't do that, you have to be fair. This is one man working against a Congress. This is one man working against the Supreme Court who decided to gut provisions out of the Voting Rights Act that were put in place in order to protect the pre-existing right to vote for African Americans in those southern states, so that they don't try to abridge our rights the way they were doing at a certain point in time under Jim Crowism. Okay, so this is just one guy. He had his administration. He did a lot of stuff. He was very successful. One of the other things I implore people to do is go check his track record. You can check his track record with African Americans from the whitehouse.gov website. You can go right there, check his track record, right? He has a whole list of things that was done, things that he was working on, and trying to achieve, and that would benefit African Americans. You can go to Black Enterprise online, blackenterprise.com has laid out a bunch of things that African Americans benefited from under Barack Obama. One of the things they mentioned was the Jobs Act. You know what I'm saying? Look up the Jobs Act. Okay, under his Jobs Act, African American businesses were able to benefit. So, that's when I'm talking about African, I'm talking about African Americans, minority business, women-owned businesses, African American women businesses, and so forth. So there's a lot of things that were done that if you don't know about, if you're not looking for that stuff, like in other words, if you're not an entrepreneur, if you're not an entrepreneur and but the thing about it is, bro,
you have to look for it. It should be
regular people do look for stuff. See, that's the thing.
It should be obvious.
Not everything's not obvious.
For regular people, it should be obvious. For common people, it should be obvious. You shouldn't have to go dig for it.
Here's the obvious, right? And it's what I mentioned last week. The obvious thing that he did was he was able to implement some tax breaks in the employment. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Tax breaks.
But they know about it because when they was able to take home more money in their paychecks, they know exactly what that was, because he spoke on it. He spoke on it a lot before he implemented the tax breaks and the employment taxes. So when people get paid at the end of the week or end of the 2 weeks, they're able to bring home more money. So that's for the average person. That's something that they can directly see. The same Islam, bro. Same thing with the tax credits for working families.
Right.
Okay.
Well, brother, real quick, my brother Ali Bey, I want y'all to know, I want y'all to share this, because I'm telling you, I'm on the flip side of the argument. I'm telling you now, that doesn't mean I hate Barack Obama. I love Barack Obama, and I will vote him in again. Nevertheless, we got some things to talk about.
Well, let Brother Where L address some of that too. I'm
That's what
sure
I'm
he.
about
I'm
to
sure he
say.
got.
That's what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, Brother Ali, I'm
Yeah.
about to come pick you up so you can sit right here at my desk. Let me host this. Nah, no, I just but
Yeah.
no. So there's some things I need to know. My issue is this. It's not that Barack Obama didn't do anything. That's not my issue. My issue is the things that he done for other groups of people, they don't have to dig for it.
Well, we
What I
don't have to
just
dig
heard,
for anything either.
what I just heard is my brother say that basically, I heard you saying basically that we have to dig for it, which means that I said the regular people shouldn't have to dig for the obvious. It should be obvious what he did that affects us. And you said a paycheck, da da da. What about my people that don't work? What about my people that's struggling to get a job? Why? How are they going to look at how the employment? They should Google, see how the employment rate is getting better. They're not doing that. What I'm saying is,
Hey, Tahaka, the arguments you're making is
I
really
just
a base level argument, man.
Well,
I
that's
have to
I
just be
was
honest,
dealing
man.
with the base level. Round my way and zip code 216.
Yeah,
These are base people. These are
Can I
people
get
that's
some,
looking for
please?
change.
yeah.
These
Go
are
ahead, please,
these
bro.
are
Go
people
ahead.
that are looking for change where they can see. And I think if
Mhm.
people that voted for Barack could see the change, they would have went out and voted for Hillary Clinton. That's just my position. But
I
with
don't
that,
agree with that.
my brother Well, brother, come in. Where do you stand on the side of the argument? I already know you're a political scientist, so you probably got Barack held high. But we gonna go at it today, my brother. Islam family, come on in.
Islam, brother, man. Now I'm going to come at this conversation and this particular subject from a different angle. Okay. First and foremost, let me make sure that I'm clear on what we're actually discussing here. Are we? Is the question what has Barack Obama done for the Asiatic people here in North America?
Well, the real question is, did Barack Obama fail us? And when I say did he fail us, I'm talking about those who voted for him,
Ah, mhm,
particularly the people of Asiatic, African
mhm,
descent persuasion.
outstanding. All right, I'm tracking. All right, now this when we talking about failure, for you, if you have a certain expectation, okay. So now first you got to ask, what was your expectations?
Right.
Now, how can he fail somebody if you what was your expectation? Then you got to know that your expectation is built upon your knowledge of or your ignorance of a particular thing. So if you don't know what politics is about, voting out of ignorance or out of emotion, you might have some unrealistic expectations. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So a lot of people voted for this man with out of ignorance and out of an emotional to support this man because of some of the inner dreams that they may wanted to see to come to fruition. But they didn't vote for this man intellectual or strategic application on the most part. We talking about the base level. I heard that word being applied here, the base level. So the base level just wanted to see a quote unquote black man in office. And now
Mhm.
they're asking, what is he going to do? What did he do for us? Well, when we have to understand what the real question is, what have you been doing for yourself all along? Because you don't just wake up one day, vote for a president and think that you're getting something out of the deal. It doesn't work like that. That's not how it works. Politics starts in the home, then it extends to the community, to the local city you live in, the county, the state, and then goes federal. How can most people that are on the base level can't even tell you what district they live in, far as a senatorial district or a congressional district? Most people don't even know who their school board representative is. A lot of people don't know the basis of politics, but they want to participate on the most grand scale of politics and the grand stage and think that someone's supposed to represent them. But they don't even
Mhm.
represent themselves on a local and state level. And these people cast blind votes and they're not even in the game. You're not even in the
Mhm.
game for real. So has Barack Obama done a lot of stuff? And the people who support him, because you got to remember, he's a democratic candidate. He's a Democrat. So he is up there spearheading the Democrat agenda. He's not up there spearheading any personal agenda that he has. He's up there supporting the top 5 industries that contributed to his campaign, 5 interest group that contributed to his campaign, and he's spearheading the Democratic liberal agenda. That's what he's doing. That's what his job is. It's his job. Job isn't to come do anything specific for any particular group of people unless they are included into those categories that I just mentioned. This is a business. This man gets paid $400-something thousand a year to do a job. So when we ask, has he done something for us? We got to ask, what have we done to compel some type of response from a president? Are we asking our governors, what have our governors done? They live closer to us than Barack Obama does.
Right.
What has the governor done? What has the mayor done? So until we can get some type of response and some type of accountability out of our city councils and out of our mayors and out of our governors, how in the world can we fix ourselves to ask, what has a president done for us? Does the president even know that we exist, is what we need to ask ourselves. Have we formed any interest groups? Have we participated in any industry where we have a corporate interest at hand that we can communicate to a federal leader to say, you know what, we are doing things in our city and our state, and this is our corporate agenda and platform?
I got you, my brother. I'm with you. I'm with you. I think that's another argument. My position is that if he did some things specifically targeting the LBG community by name,
but that's part of the Democrat agenda, though.
Specifically targeting them by name.
Because
specifically
that's a
targeting
agenda.
The Mexicans by name. And issue.
Another.
I got something online right now that say Michael Eric Dyson and Eddie Clark Jr., 2 well-respected quote-unquote black intellectuals and professors, make the same argument in books they have released over the last month. President Obama hasn't done enough on policy to help fellow quote-unquote African Americans and regularly uses rhetoric that is overly critical of blacks.
But that's what the Democrats have been doing since day one. They sing you songs and make you feel good during the election time, and then they turn their back on you once they get in office. Just because this brother looks like us, he's still a Democrat. And Democrats have made their money and have made their fame in getting into office off the backs of the Asiatics and the Latino community. Now, the Latino community has now organized themselves much better than we have, and they have been able to create more impacts on a statewide level. They didn't just go straight to federal. The Democrats didn't just all of a sudden wake up one day and start really caring about the Latino community or the LGBT community, if we want to call that a community. These people organized state by state movements, got legislation passed state by state before the president said one word about it. Absolutely. So he's been in office for 8 years. During his first 4 years, he never mentioned the LGBT community. This came after the re-election, after the LGBT had made nationwide progress state by state in whatever their agenda was. Same thing with the Latino community.
That's what I was mentioning. I was saying they had already been legalizing in various states gay marriages long before it even got to the federal level. They had already been legalizing. I know in New York State it was legal for gays to get married long before he made the move on the national level.
But my thing is this: if you are descended out of a group of people and you are raised into a position of power, you should bring some of that power and that benefit back to that group of people by default and by name, specific, and issue.
But see, when I'm
hold on, brother. Why do you have that expectation of him?
I have that expectation because he did something for other communities that he's not even a part of.
This is a man, and now I have more of a closer relationship with Barack Obama than most. My parents have worked with him in various programs. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I remember him as a senator. I remember him as a community organizer. But what I want to say is, move up the political chain. You don't have a personal agenda unless you have some type of financial steam of your own. And even then, with the things you are able to do personally is limited. You as a Democrat who contribute to his campaign, he works for them. He doesn't have a personal agenda. And this man,
I agree.
And this man that we're talking about, his mother is a European woman. So he doesn't have those same, and he hardly spent any time for real, being raised underneath his father. So he doesn't have that same Marcus Garvey type of nation pride or race pride. He might have it, but he doesn't have it in the same sense that you and I have it. You see what I'm saying? Now, and he's not going to express it that way. Now he's giving back in the way that he may seem. He might think very well he's done all he can for the people he come out of and the community he come out of. He might think he's done every bit, but you have to know that he is a mixed man. That's not that brother is mixed. More strangely than you and I, due to the fact that his mother is a European. So how could he have the same kind of passion expect him to have? Because he very well could, but how could we expect him? Now he's spoken out on a lot of things. He's spoken quite highly about Islam by name.
He sure has.
And he's been the first to do a lot of things. He's mentioned a lot of things during these protests that no other president would have touched on by name. He has. Now what I would like to ask, what state and condition,
yes,
what would we expect him to do for us? What kind of things will we expect from him?
That's an excellent question, because everybody keeps saying he failed us, but they don't talk about what they actually wanted. And if they say what they wanted, you get all of these different scattered ideas about what these individuals actually want. There's no cohesive one idea about, oh, we wanted this and we wanted that. There's no one or two things, man. It's a whole bunch of stuff.
My thing is that I think at some point that you are raised into a position of power, and because you come out a certain group of people your daughters look like.
Yeah, but how about
people? You owe some responsibility to that.
Yeah, but be specific. The point, I think the question is, now we're looking for being specific. So when we say he failed, right, how did he fail us specifically? In what way?
The same way that they organized troops to go and kill Muslims that you talking about. Let me, did you ask me for specific? The same way that he send them troops, or those people from the Pentagon send them troops to bomb them Muslims that he mentioned by name, he could send something up into the neighborhoods to build these new schools. He could send somebody up to the absolutely. He could
brother, it doesn't work like that, brother. It doesn't work like that.
I never said it worked like that. I'm saying that he's the president, that his influence can change a lot of things.
And it has changed a lot of things. But we have to remember, when his first 4 years, with making sure they put him in a hellified situation
with the economy.
So he had to focus 100% on making sure he didn't fail the economy, and that the economy didn't crash. Because when we got here, it was 2008, which was at the zenith of the housing market collapse. The auto industry had failed, and it was just, I mean, the stock market was a mess. Race relations was a mess. Everything was a mess. So the man had to go on a 4-year sanitation spree. He had to clean the country up, and he did a very good job. He came with a stimulus package. Hold on, let me get into this history and what he did do for us. Because a lot of people miss it. I know a lot of brothers that had them Obama phones. I know a lot of people who was using them stimulus packages. And if you were a business owner, he came out with quantitative easing 1, 2, 3, and 4, which was tax cuts for small business owners. And if you don't own a business, then you might not have felt that. But a whole lot with those stimulus packages in first 4 years to keep people spending. He extended unemployment that it touched a lot of us.
That's right.
He could keep people spending while they were looking for work, and then he repaired the unemployment rate. So he did a lot of our people were getting those checks, brother. A lot of our people was getting those checks. Now we wanted to say, oh, this is the black bill or this is the Asiatic bill.
Right.
We're not going. We got to be realistic. We know we're not going to get that type of policy, because first and foremost, we got to understand, where did you say he rose to power, but where does his power come from? His power don't come from us because we're not organized in the way where we can support that brother if he came out with a bold agenda like that. We're not organized in the way to protect that man if he come out with a bold agenda like that. He works for Democrats, Henry Kissinger, the Clintons, and all of the other.
So he failed us. What you saying? You saying he failed?
No,
no,
that's
that's
not what I
not.
said.
No,
That's not
not at all.
what I said. That's what
Not at all,
you
bro.
said, brother. He didn't fail me because I never expected him to do anything for me that I couldn't do for myself. I mean, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali also said that he couldn't save you, that you would have to save yourself. I expect for a man like Obama to do what Prophet Noble Drew Ali said only that you could do.
And actually, I definitely agree with you on that note, brother. But a president is expected. I guarantee you that if I take a fine-tooth comb, I could go to each president and show you something that they brought back specifically to their nationality or their community.
And you know what?
And I can show you everybody that received any benefit from any candidate, from any politician. If they receive something from that politician, I can guarantee you, I can show you where they contribute to their political action account.
Exactly, but listen, the thing is this, brother Wade. The thing is that our people, and I'm talking about base people. I'm not talking about the uppity rich and all the high influential people. I'm talking about the regular people round way. Those people there. They don't know all this old tricky language, all these old fly, different ways of saying things, of seeking out things. Those people, that is what the government is for, is to protect those people. That's what government is for.
But Tahaka, we trying to give you examples. I brought up how he brought down the taxes, the employment tax, where people were able to take home more pay in their paychecks. Black people took home more pay. The brother just mentioned how he extended the unemployment benefits. The black people that were unemployed were able to benefit from these. Stop, Tahaka, wait. Come on, you can't do that, man. That's not realistic.
Man,
that's not realistic.
That benefited from than us, man. Stop playing. That's like it's more Europeans on welfare than us.
Yeah, but here's the thing that black people have to realize. Here's the thing that black people got to realize. Black people got to realize they're actually American citizens.
Thank you.
So when you keep trying to separate yourself from being an American citizen, that's where you start falling. Because
thank you. And see, that's
bro.
where your expectations get all convoluted, because you saying, what did you keep saying yourself? What did he do for us as Asiatics?
Brother.
What did he do for us? Hold on now. And what did he do for us as quote unquote black people? But what did you ask yourself? What did he do for me as an American? What did he do for me as a citizen? Because he did a lot for the citizens. And
that's the fact. That's it.
That's it. If I can show what he did for Mexicans,
I can show you what the Mexicans did to get that kind of response.
I didn't ask that. I can show
you. But that's important. That's important to Hawker. What are you talking about?
So you want something from nothing?
Right.
That goes against the laws of nature.
I don't think you hear what I said. Listen what I'm saying. I can show you who posed the bill for Mexican to become able to go get driver's license without being citizens.
Do you really want to know where that came from?
Who posed that?
Where the DREAM Act even originated from, and how all of this stuff even started. It didn't start with President Barack Obama doing no homework and
I know it didn't start with that.
From his mouth. They did their own organizing, their own fundraising, and they had a state-by-state initiative until it got to President Barack Obama's desk. He didn't just all of a sudden wake up wanting to do something for some Mexicans.
Brother,
wanting to do something for them?
No. Listen to me. The Mexican population became so heavy that something have to be done. Whether whether they rallied or not, the Mexican population, you can't put billions of people, millions out the country.
But Mexicans have been getting deported, man.
So were you not paying attention to what they were doing for the past 8 years?
Oh, no. I know exactly what they was doing. But what I'm saying is look at the stuff that we're doing. You don't see all these.
What are we doing? Marching.
Let me finish. It may be unorganized. It may not have resolution.
Right.
It may have
because that's small. That's small.
However,
stuff, right?
no. See, look, Y'all the type, y'all remind me of the type of people say, man, y'all dummies, that's why y'all don't get nothing. As opposed to we should protect those that don't know no better. And the president,
The best protection you can have is to arm yourself with knowledge. If you
Right.
don't know how to organize, you won't never get the results that you're looking for.
well, I'm gonna tell you like the old folks say, God look out for fools and babies. And if you have if you raise your wisdom up so high that you think you God, then you look out for the fools and the babies. That's what I got to say.
But that's what we trying to do.
You ain't trying to look out for them. You saying that they so dumb and they don't know what's out there for them. That's what you talk about, my
But that's not what the old people told me. But you know, the old people from where I come from say you see a fool bump his head. But that's not the law that I live by. What I'm trying to do is do what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali told us how to do, and he didn't sit around. He said the beggar people can't develop the best that's in them, nor can they attain to the higher spirituality of life. So he didn't sit around. Hold on now.
I'm with you. My bad.
He didn't sit around.
Barack Obama in because he sold them on a promise that he would benefit them. Let's stop playing.
And he did, brother. He did.
And he did. He was a benefit. This is the best 8 years I've been alive around.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Hey, brother, the unemployment.
Hold on. It was worse than Bush, worse than Ronald Reagan.
Now, actually,
worse than mass incarceration under Bill Clinton.
Brother, let me keep it 100. Brother, I'm gonna go I do my own thing. Whatever they do. I'm gonna be all right. So let's be clear on that.
That wasn't the question. I understand that, but that wasn't the question. Was this 8 years worse than the 8 years under Bush or the mass incarceration under Clinton?
Bill Clinton 8 years was better than Barack Obama 8 years.
More people were sent to. First of all, they spearheaded mass incarceration and the privatization of prisons, which means inmates for profit, and they arrested more of our people doing.
I know that. I know that
in the last 2 decades.
Yeah, but that's part of the plea of African Americans is the criminal justice reform, and they're talking about reversing all of this stuff that happened under those 8 years.
On the Bill Clinton. And see, the reason why people like Bill Clinton is because he bit you with a smile, and people like Reagan and people like Bush bit you with a growl.
I got some.
What's stopping you from getting paper under Barack Obama?
I was ignorant at the time. Not ignorant to the point where I was super dumb and crazy, but I remember a time where I could go somewhere and just get a job like that. But now I create my own job, so I'm elevated.
There you go, bro. So now you're in a better position now. Then sounds like to me.
Listen, what I'm saying though. But during the Clinton, but we have millions and millions of us that need to go and get a job, and they're not there right now.
Millions and millions of us who have now. This is the better and the most question that I want to hear answer right now. Have we failed ourselves? We done been sent leader after leader after leader. I know it's not. I know it's not.
Hey, let me just say. Let me read you something from Black Enterprise magazine. What they said about the unemployment rate. They said the unemployment rate had peaked at 16.7% in 2011, and it's down to almost 8% at this point in time. Huh? This is you talking about the black unemployment rate.
What you say?
You just talked about looking for a job.
Say it again.
This is in Black Enterprise. 16.7% unemployment rate of African Americans in 2011, down to, at this point, 2016, down to 8 almost cut in half.
Brother, you know what it was when Clinton was in office?
No, what?
It was below that, brother. As a matter of fact, I don't have the statistics with me. I just come off a show, but I'm not going to compare.
But this a different situation. From the time that Clinton left office to the time Barack Obama got in there, the unemployment rate went up. So he's trying to bring it back down.
Like the man was able to do all of this stuff.
I personally think Obama played us, brother, and to carry on the agenda.
Yeah, but you're not showing how. You're just saying that.
I just told you how, brother. He never addressed any of our issues,
we just showed you he did. We showed you that he did.
I mean, addressed. You ain't show me that. You picking out things that you grab it out the air and saying, well, he did unemployment. There's more unemployed Europeans than us.
But bro, the cry of the but look the cry of the black community.
He just read to you a dissection of that. Those numbers he just read you, there wasn't including no Europeans.
But
Right.
look, but I'm saying, okay, I just read you that he droned more people than died in 9/11. What's the point?
He did what?
What he droned more people? Did he kill them here in America?
Oh man, does it matter?
Were they American citizens? Yeah, it matters. Was it American citizens he killed?
Come on, man. These are babies, man. These are babies.
Man, babies have been dying since the beginning of time under warfare. We done killed babies. The Europeans done killed babies.
Brother,
babies ain't gonna stop dying.
You think it was official how they ran up in there and got? You think it was official how they ran up in there and got Gaddafi? That's right too.
That was your homegirl Hillary Clinton who spearheaded that.
Brother, Barack Obama is the.
And see, this is where I'm coming from. The Secretary of State. Listen to this. Now, see, this is why I said we need, and Moorish talk about civics all the time. But what we need to have a greater understanding of is politics, because civics is just
we gotta stop giving out people passes, man.
Wait.
No, this ain't no pass. What I'm telling you is we need to understand more about politics, because you don't know what you don't know what at the executive level. You're giving the Barack Obama credit for things he don't have nothing to do. Every war and every strike don't you know that there are senators who are having military strikes over in foreign countries and doing things? The Secretary of State defense work in conjunction on certain foreign policies. President Barack Obama don't have the juice like that. He's a figurehead.
I'm talking about influence, brother. Influence.
He didn't influence enough. They telling him this is what we getting ready to do. This is the agenda. You either roll with it or you gonna get rolled over.
So again,
he doesn't. He's not no black power type of guy. We gonna come in here. We ain't finna buy. You will know what would happen to that man if he talking about he not gonna further their agenda. He is a part of their agenda. He didn't fail us. Y'all shouldn't have had those expectations of him in the first place.
But we voted under those expectations, brother.
Huh? That's your fault. And I said that from the beginning. People vote out of ignorance. People got so excited that you saw somebody that looked like you. You didn't know him from a can of paint. You don't know politics like you know rap music. You talking about all that funny language. Well, you pay attention to what you want to know. And if you paid attention to politics, that language wouldn't sound so funny. But you can tell me everything Lil Wayne got to say. You can tell me everything that's on all these reality shows. Our problem is our people pay attention to the wrong stuff. And then the stuff that they need to pay attention to that matters, it gets over their head and they like, oh, that sounds funny to me. It's because you ain't been paying attention to the right stuff. Now, how you ain't going to pay attention to the things that affects you every day and then complain?
Well, brother,
you don't vote for mayor, you don't vote for nothing, but then you want to vote for the president and expect to get something out the deal.
Brother, let me see you suffer 400 years of slavery, be corralled in little areas, put drugs in there, guns
in there. Who suffered for 400 years?
Let me finish. You put in a situation that you become a part of your environment, and you put into dumb schools to dumb you down. You flood it with the media, you flood it this and that, and now you expect somebody to come out of that and able to be as smart as you. It don't work like that all the time, my brother. So therefore, the prophet teaches us that we raise our leaders up to sovereign power, and then they look out for the needs of the people. That's what a leader's supposed to do, brother. And because he comes from our line,
he also said, "Go and get a good European education." So
I'm talking about the Holy Quran of the Moorish Temple of America.
I'm talking about the Prophet Noble Drew.
In the chapter Magistrate and Subject, it talks about raising a leader up so the leader can look out for the people. And that doesn't necessarily mean
you raise
the leader
Barack
has to be smart.
Did you raise Barack Obama?
Whoever voted for him raised him up.
They didn't raise him, they just voted for him. Raising someone up is cultivating them, bringing up somebody from amongst.
That's true.
He is the magistrate.
Nah, bro. See, come on, Tahaka.
I know these lessons backwards and forwards. I've been a Moorish American, card carrying, nationality proclaiming, fire spitting Moor for quite some time.
Magistrate and subject is talking about ruling people. What are you talking about?
They give, yeah, but your understanding is limited into what you want to get out of that
More,
chapter.
you
brother.
don't think that chapter is about ruling people, magistrate, and subject?
Of course, of course, of course it
Don't
is.
tell me my
Yeah, but
understanding is limited.
yeah,
That's what the chapter is about.
but the point that you made about raising up a
Yeah,
leader
that's
is the
not what
point
that's
that he
talking
was
about.
addressing.
They not talking about you voting for somebody that you don't have
Listen,
no
no.
knowledge of.
Yeah, that's not raising up a leader.
That's not
That's
raising
not
up no
raising up a
leader.
leader.
That's a blind vote
Listen to
No.
what I'm saying.
for somebody
Right.
that
Listen
looks
to what
like
I'm saying. From the way that I see things, people vote for people with expectation. Now, can they put it in words of exactly, specifically what their expectation is? Sometimes no, but they still have some sort of expectation when they pull that ballot, man.
Okay,
Of
he said he was
course,
going to bring down the unemployment rate for black people. Did he do that? Yes or
he
no?
did.
He said he was
He
going.
said he was going to make sure that all healthcare was available for everybody. Did he do that? Yes,
He
he
did.
did.
He
And
said he was going to
listen,
cut. Wait to Harker. Look, we're trying to give you some clear things. Wait.
so
He
clear
said, but
things. Stop adding these
Look,
other things.
but wait.
Everything
Listen,
y'all grab, I can grab. Y'all not talking no clear things.
hold on,
Y'all
bro.
holding us back to
Hey,
slavery.
look. I got one more. Very important thing for you. Listen. This is important.
Somebody turn their mic off, my brother. Where hell you think your mic on, brother?
I apologize.
Hey,
Go ahead,
check
bro.
this out, right? Obama helped the black farmers. Did you know about that? Did you know that he helped the black farmers get this bread that they was trying to get for many years? See, all of our people that are always talking about we need our own farms and we need our own farms. Did you know that there was already black farmers and that already owned farmland, but they were in need of help from the federal government, and they've been trying to get this help for a long time because they needed the. But listen, go research Barack Obama and the black farmers and look at what he did to help the black farmers. This is specific to black farmers. So when people want to know what he did for black people, go look at what he did for the black farmers. Nobody else has helped them people except Barack Obama. People not even mentioning the black farmers. Nobody, even the people that's talking about he never did anything for us. Nobody even mentions the black farmers.
You know what he did that's bigger than all of that? You know what he did that's bigger than all of that? He did specifically for us and nobody else.
What's up, my brother? That's what I need to hear right there.
He fueled the wheel of fire for us to accomplish what we never
You know
accomplished
what?
before, or what we haven't accomplished in a long time.
Mhm.
Look what we
I
would
said this.
just look at all these people that we have been. We got people like Marilyn Mosby because of people like Barack Obama. We got 9 sisters just this recent election who became judges in the state of Alabama. Judges in the state of Alabama because of what Barack
Mhm.
Obama has inspired them to do. We got a
Yep.
brother in D.C., a young brother who is a city council member now, brother right off the block, street brothers at the city council now. We got a brother number 21-year-old, youngest legislature of this country, young Asiatic brother made history just this election because of what
Mhm.
Barack Obama has inspired him
I
to do.
agree.
He didn't do none of that for no Europe. He didn't inspire Europeans to do nothing like that. We have been taken involved where we haven't been getting involved in decades because of what this brother did, and that's what he
I
done
agree.
specifically for us.
Brother, let me tell you something. I said this on the last show and I said it on this show. I would vote for Barack Obama again. The reason why I say that is because the inspiration that he gives to us, not specifically of exactly what he delivers to us from hand to hand, but the inspiration that one day a little child that looked like me will come in there and do the right thing. But did Obama did the right thing? Maybe within the capacity of the power which he what he has, because I know his tune changed right after he got in the office. And I know they put him in that little dark room and they say, well, listen, you had your plan about that change, and this is the plan about change. And so he had to.
But that's the thing. But that's the
I
thing
already get that.
but that's how politics work on every level. The candidate that's campaigning can't be the same person because you are coming behind someone. So you can't
Mhm.
when you're campaigning as any type of candidate, I don't care from precinct committeeman all the way up to the president of the United States. When you're campaigning on what you would like to do when you get in office. Now, what you would like to do and what you are able to do and what you may have to do when you get into office, maybe two, and oftentimes the case is they're two different things. So, because now you're campaigning job. Now, once you get in that job and you do get that job, you have certain obligations that you have to fulfill that come before your personal agenda as that job. So when all that stuff that he wanted to do, he had to put on the back burner because he had to save the economy from collapsing, which was the biggest threat to the nations that we have seen in a long time. So he had to, he didn't have time to go do nothing else but fix the economy at that point in time. And he did an excellent job with that.
He did.
And so in this past 4 years, other things developed while he was working on fixing the economy. Things developed. People were organizing on their own in them 4 years. The LGBT community were getting legislation passed in state by state, and they were organizing and raising money. And the Latino community was organizing and raising money and getting things done on a state level. And by the time that re-election came up, he said, okay, what do I need to run on? Because again, now it's campaign time. So now what I have to focus on, I have to focus on what? Votes. So now what are the biggest issues of the country? Now, 4 years later, after I've been drowning in the economy business, plus, not only that, I had to fight these racist Europeans in the Congress trying to cut my head off every chance they get. Now what do I do? And now I got foreign policies that I have to deal with every day. Okay, let me balance all that. And I think he did an outstanding job balancing all that. Now, 4 years later, come up, it's re-election time. What do? I gotta win. Okay, boom. Now I have to see what are the biggest issues. The biggest issues are, they got the LGBT community doing their thing. They done passed legislation in 23 different states. Oh man, that's crazy. Then we got the DREAM Act that has sprouted up on its own. You got all these Latino people coming all where they're all over the news. They're all over social media. They done organized and raised all this money. That's the heavy issue. So I have to address those things. Where were we at organizing our agenda so it could get on his desk during that time?
And let's be honest about it. The loudest voice coming out of the Asiatic community is the Black Lives Matter movement. That's the loudest voice. And those people do not have any agenda for the Black families. They don't, particularly the Black family in terms of man, woman, and child. They have no agenda for that. They have no legislative agenda. If you look at their website, they're not even looking for nothing. I don't even know. Where else? Do you know what the Black Lives Matter movement is about? Like, what is it they're trying to do?
I mean, as far as their end game, no. They put together protests and they raise money. For what?
Right.
I don't know.
Well, let me tell you
something. More protests. But this is the thing.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
Well, the problem with the Black Lives Matter movement, not only is it devoid of an agenda that can actually bring about change, but they don't like the brother Ali was just saying, it's a movement that doesn't involve families. And now, to them, and from what I have seen, Black lives only matter when they're getting gunned down in the streets by police. They don't matter when we knocking all these sisters up and not honoring these women with a marriage and taking care of our babies.
Blaming the victim
they
again.
Don't matter
Here
when
we go, blaming the victim. Blaming the victim.
Who's the victim? Who's the victim? Who told that brother to go beat him up?
Go ahead, blame the victim.
Who told the brother?
Go ahead, blame the victim.
Who's the victim?
Come on, man. We are victim of oppression, brother. We are victim of systematic oppression, brother.
Oh no, ain't nobody. No, you're a victim of lust and irresponsibility.
Brother, we are a victim of systematic
oppression. No one told you to go out there and knock up on.
Emphatically non-cypher.
Anyone can go get married.
Brother,
Anyone can go get emphatically non-cypher.
Brother, let me ask you.
You can go.
Emphatically non-cypher.
No. Last time you've been in the hood, my brother.
And check it. The marriage. But check this.
The last time you've been in the hood and had.
But wait, look, the marriage rate.
Oh my goodness! Hold on, son. Hold on.
Real question.
I was a barber
I didn't ask you where you was. I said the last time. See, go ahead. I'm gonna finish and I'm gonna ask the question again. The last time
I've lived in the hood all my life. I ain't never stopped living in the hood,
brother. And you don't understand the reality in which they live.
Overstand that. I overstand. No, 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 no. I don't care. Listen, we done been sent prophet after prophet, messenger after messenger, movement after movement, organization after organization.
Here we go.
When are you gonna stop being the victim,
brother?
When is the
I ask
accountability
you a
gonna
question.
be on the man?
The last time you've been in the hood and talked somebody and take the temperature of the mentality of the hood. The last time, my brother.
Every day.
All right. So you should understand that some of us are stuck right there, right now. And you can't blame them that are stuck.
So so they're victims because they stuck, because they victims?
Because they victims because it was designed like that.
It's not designed for me the same way it was designed for them.
Kudos to you. You made it out. What about those that are stuck right now?
What did the prophet say about that? You can't blame the victim. How long are we gonna be victims then, brother? Tell me that. How long?
Who knows how long? It took 400 years.
Hey, let's go. Look. Can I say something?
But they are still victims.
No.
Tahaka.
You know when you're gonna stop being victims? Start being men, and the women start being women, and we start raising these families, and we become economically secure, and we stop blaming ourselves, stop blaming the spook in the sky, or the white man got us oppressed.
We can say that all day long.
Nah, but look. Can I say something? Can I say something to Hawker?
When I go to my temple that's in the hood, I listen to the mentality.
To Hawker, check this out. Check this out. We're further removed from the institution of chattel slavery than during the prophet's time. You know what the prophet said? He said he's closer to chattel slavery when he made the statement that he toured the South and that it was the actions of his own people.
Man, y'all
no.
man. Y'all got a couple dollars and a little bit of education, and y'all done got uppity, man. Y'all done got uppity, man.
No, now. Tahaka's bugging.
Oh,
Tahaka just playing. He just playing, man. But look,
I know this makes for good radio.
But check it right. Check it right. The prophet himself said this. He said it was the actions of my people. They're the ones that's bringing this stuff on themselves.
Absolutely.
Now, Jim Crowism wasn't just a set of laws, but it was an actual way of life, and the people have to be willing participants in order to continue to perpetuate Jim Crowism. And so, even with that mentality, right? So they're willingly doing this stuff. Look at what happened in Ferguson. We mentioned this a couple of times on a few different shows. Look at what happened in Ferguson. Jim Crowism reared its ugly head in Ferguson, Missouri. You know why? Because of the actions or the inactivity of the people in that city. It was their own stuff that caused that. They caused that.
Don't you think if the people knew how to take over the situation in Ferguson, that they are a majority in Ferguson and that they could run their own city because they have the numbers to do so? Don't you think if they knew how to do it, they would do it, as opposed to being oppressed, beaten down, shot, and kicked in?
Well, check it out.
Sure they would.
They started doing it.
Obviously, the effect of oppression is deeper than what y'all giving.
No. My wife is from East St. Louis. I've been East St. Louis up and down. I got family there. I know that they know better. They don't give a damn. They'd rather.
Oh man, come on, man.
You don't think no. Have you been there?
People would know I haven't been there, but I know nobody want to get shot in the street.
I have been there. Well, if they didn't want to get shot in the street, they wouldn't be hanging out in the street.
Oh my goodness!
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Oh my goodness! Who you done put up there?
No. How do we get passes for everything? Gang bang all day, but when you get to become a victim of gang banging, you know, this poor brother. You lie at everybody's funeral. This brother was a good brother. That brother wasn't no good brother. I know him. Good. He sold dope. He sold dope. He didn't do anything. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. We see these people and think they. I'm telling you. Now that community is now. Shame on our people for thinking that we see this dumb people who don't have no education. That we don't know what we are capable of. And now we in Ferguson, 6 to 79% Asiatics. They don't have not one Asiatic, or during that time, they didn't have one Asiatic on the. But no, this is my point. My point's different from yours. They knew their numbers. They know what was good. There's educated people in Ferguson, people with good intelligence. But guess what? They have this mentality that they don't care about no politics. Politics is what? Boring. It's boring. They'd rather watch LeBron James and Curry. That's not no oppression. That's foolishness. We caught up in a bunch of playing games. They don't want to marry their women. Why? Because that's lame. I don't want to marry no woman. Why? Marriage is right there for you.
Let me say this, bro. We are in trouble. When the wise don't protect the ignorant, we are in trouble as a group of people. We are in trouble as a nation of people.
When you gonna chastise them? The chastisement has to come.
When the wise of the people don't protect the unwise, we will fall and we will.
But look, the best protection you can get, it's like, you know how they say, don't give a man a fish, teach him how to fish. The best protection you can give them is by educating them. And sometimes even with your own children, and I often say this, Black people are very often like a bunch of rebellious children. So what do you do with rebellious children? You chastise them and you educate them at the same time, but you don't let them off of the hook, brother, because if you let rebellious children off of the hook, you're just doing nothing but creating criminals, man. Future convicts. That's it.
So when you gonna see that, brother?
Much is given, much is required. God, Allah, your teachers gave you all this information, and all you can do is beat my people over the head and blame them, as opposed to
a lot of the brothers need to be beat up. They don't need to be handled with no silk gloves. They need to be beat up.
Talking, you crazy, man.
They need it. They need it.
They
need to be beat up.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yes. And let me tell you, let one of these brothers let one of these brothers think that they're gonna come taking the honor of one of my daughters and think that they can just have their way with them and run off and do the next thing. And guess what? I ain't gonna try to teach them nothing. I ain't gonna try to lift them with anything. I'm gonna give them what a man should give any man who dishonors his family.
Family, let me tell you something. I believe the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and I am for the common people. Jesus' message was for the common people. It tells us in that book. Also, the purpose of the Moorish Science Temple of America is to uplift all of humanity. I want to be elbow to elbow with all
but
humanity.
You know what Jesus also said, brother? Hey, listen. You know what? But listen.
The atrocities of what been perpetrated.
Yeah, but Tahaka.
Oh my.
You know what Jesus also said?
I understand the atrocities of those who
beat them over the head.
Who know better. I know the atrocities of those who know better and don't do better. Now that we were just talking about Ferguson and St. Louis is more conscious than you think. They got more organizations than I can number, and they got all kind of teachers and people educating them every day. Where it was so in the midst of all this education, in the midst of all of this knowledge and consciousness, when does it come a time where it's self-accountability is the issue? When is self-accountability the issue?
Bro, you don't believe the saying, if you knew better, you'll do better?
I just told you they do know better, because I've had several conversations. They know.
Man, there's some people, there's some people that know better, man. Come on now.
If you know better, you do better because you understand the benefits of doing better. You don't do better because you don't see the benefit in it. What are you talking about, wise man? You only do better. You don't do better if you don't see the benefits. So if you knew better, you do better. You do better because there's benefits in it. Come on.
No, you're talking about two different things, man. So either you know better or you know what's good and what's right, but because you don't see a benefit in it. But wait. But listen to what I'm saying. You're saying two different things.
I'm not.
1 minute you're saying if you know better, you do better. That's
right.
one thing. But then you're saying that there are people, but wait, then you're saying that there are people who know better, but because they don't see a benefit in it, they don't want to do that. So they
Okay,
rather do
now
the let's
let me
sell the
bring it
drugs
on.
because
Let me
let's
bring it
sell the
on.
drugs to our own people
That
because
went
there's
over
more
here.
money. But
That
wait,
went
there's
over
more
here.
money. But wait, listen, I'm trying to give you an analogy.
That
There's
went over
more
here.
money in selling drugs to our own people in our own community, to the children in our own community is more money in running guns and this and that and the other through our own community because I don't have the education and what I see do in terms of what is supposed to be the right thing to do, I don't see
That
enough
went over
money
here. Let
involved
me
in
tell
that.
y'all
So
that real
therefore,
quick.
I'm going to do the other thing.
Let me tell you this. Listen to the philosophical approach of what I'm saying. When I say if you knew better, you'll do better, and you do better because it's beneficial, meaning this. When I was back in the day, wild boy, back in the day, I was wild boy, right? I chose more science. The only reason I stuck with more science because it was beneficial to me. If it wasn't beneficial to me, I would not stick with it.
Yeah, but that's a personal choice. That's personal
let me finish.
accountability is what we're
Let me
talking
finish.
about now, though.
Let me finish. The same thing happens in everyday life. The only reason that people, if you know better, you'll do better. The only reason you do better is because what you was doing before is not beneficial in the sense of what you're doing now. So you continue to do better. So you don't know better unless you're doing better. If man knows, he must be what he knows. So you cannot accuse somebody of knowing something and they not being. Do you understand the
No,
wisdom of the prophet
I
over
understand.
Ali? The
I get
prophet
what you're.
over Ali say if man know, he must be what he know. And if you don't be what you know, obviously you don't know it.
I think that's. I
What?
think. I think you're taking that out of context,
And
brother.
you got to be crazy.
I think you're taking that out of context.
If man knows, he must be what he knows. And if man is not being what he say he know, then he don't know.
Yeah, but look, there are a lot of people who know better. But
Man, y'all
listen,
ain't studying these lessons, man. Y'all
but
ain't
listen to what
studying
I'm
these
saying.
lessons, man. Y'all studying y'all own
I can hear
understanding.
breathing. I hear breathing. Yo, listen.
Yeah,
No, look.
yeah.
Seriously. Just to make the point, there are a lot of people who know better, but to the point that you were making, because they don't see the benefit.
That's right.
Like, in other words, we're talking about knowing the difference between what's right and what's wrong. If somebody knows what's right, but because it's either not fun, because it's boring, because there's not enough money in what's doing the right thing, they make a personal decision, personal choice to go ahead and do something else that they figure is either more fun, not as boring, or more money involved. Doesn't mean they didn't know the difference between right and wrong, but it just
Again,
means that they made a decision. Just
again.
like they say, man had,
Prophet
but
said
look,
if
it's
you
like it
know,
says,
you
man
must be
has the
what you know.
will, man has free will. He has the will to do either the right thing or the will to do the wrong thing. He can do what he wills.
Brother, the prophet teaches us that if man knows, he must be what he knows. If he say he knows what the right thing is, he have to be that. If he doesn't be that, then he really don't know. He simply guess. That's what the prophet Obadiah Ali teaches. And I have confidence and faith in that. That if man know that he can take over the city of Ferguson by a little boat, if he knows that, he must be that and take over that. And
Now,
because
how many things did you
let me
know?
let
How
me
many things did you know that you could do, but decided to not do it?
obviously I did not know it. I was at the
Nah, Tahaka, come on, man. That
listen,
I think there's extreme. I think you can take an extreme position about anything that
you can't know
anybody
something
says.
you can't be it.
I guarantee you there's things that you knew you could do, but decided not to do it, bro. Come on now. Come
Because
on,
guess
man.
what? Listen to the philosophical approach I'm saying. The prophet said there's 3 steps. The first is belief. This is what man thinks is true. The second is faith. This is what man knows is true. So at a lot of things that we think we know, we only at belief stage. We don't know it
Mm-hmm.
for real. We just believe that it's true. But when we at the state
Mm-hmm.
of faith that we know, then we be that and we demonstrate that. That's
Mm-hmm.
facts. That's facts. Most times
Mm-hmm.
we are at the belief stage. That don't mean we know something. We at the belief, the perhaps stage. Maybe this is right. But when you know something is right and you know the benefit of it, you go in that direction.
Okay, give me an example then.
What do you mean? I just gave you a couple
no. Give me a today example.
I'll give you
of
a
something
today
that
example.
these people are doing that they don't know is wrong.
Listen to me. Listen to me. I didn't say they don't know it's wrong. I didn't say that. I'm talking about moving in a direction that is beneficial to you as an individual, as a group of people. In order to move in that direction, you must know that it's beneficial to you. And in order to know, you must be what you know. You made a statement and said they know better. There's smart people there. I'm telling you, although they may appear to be smart, they obviously not as smart as you give them credit for, because if they would move in that direction and change their conditions overnight. So they don't know. And it's your wise, and you being a wise man, it's up to you. It's up to you, it's up to me to go in there and do it and spearhead the change. That's why
there's been changes made. There's been way more people endowed with more lofty wisdom than me sent to those people from out of those people. So I know that they're smart because the wise men have risen from among them people right there. I'm not a man of excuses. I don't believe in no excuses for no man, no woman, no. It sounds like a lot of excuses to me, bro. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to be frank with you. It sounds like a lot of excuses and woe is us, and that type of mentality is a defeated, weak. That may be you. Now you back to you. But when we get to talking about the people, it's a different story. It's a woe is us, and we're the victims. But when you talk about you talk about being a strong man.
I joined the Moorish Science Temple of America to uplift fallen humanity. I joined the Moorish Science Temple. And guess what? Guess what? And guess what? It is woe is them.
You can't be uplift men, not instilling the spirit of self-accountability.
No, you do that in the process. So that's a part of the process. But you got to meet people where they're at. Obviously, they don't know. That's a part of the process.
But you can keep thinking they don't know, and then they can keep acting like they don't know, and that's called a hustle.
Around me, because the ones that know, they're gonna roll with me. I'm gonna paint the picture clear that there's benefits in this one.
But Tahaka, even in giving out information, sometimes you have to chastise people as well, because you have hard-headed people. So that's all we're talking. But that's all we're talking about. But you're saying that we're blaming the victims because we're chastising. Nah, man.
Just being dumb. That's what y'all saying.
Some people are dumbfounded. Some people have been dumbfounded by the circumstances and by everything else. But it is what it is. You got to be able to call a thing the thing. We can't be playing with it. It is what it is. Some people are dumbfounded.
Some people are stubborn, stiff-necked, and rebellious.
Brother,
that's right.
But listen, our true and divine prophet, the purpose of the Moorish Science Temple of America was to uplift fallen humanity. He didn't tell you in what degrees they was falling. There's many degrees in which they're falling. But you are saying that the fallen humanity that I'm speaking of, they not really falling. They know better.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Beat them over the head. They need a beating.
A lot of us do need some beatings. And
yeah,
I'm not gonna go back on that.
Hey, bro,
there's some people that do need some beatings. But what I'm saying is that when someone's falling, if you pick them up and they keep falling down, what's their problem?
If you do, say it again.
You uplift someone who's falling and they keep falling down, what is the problem?
Brother, obviously, you see, I believe in this, that it's never the student, it's always the teacher. So if they continue
no, not one, no. Sometimes it's the student. I've been a student before. And I can't blame my teachers on the lessons that I went to sleep on.
You won't let me finish.
Go ahead, brother.
It's never the student, it's always the teacher. Meaning that if you fell asleep in class, that teacher couldn't hold your attention. Meaning.
No.
Huh? Meaning that teacher didn't have enough charisma. That teacher didn't have he should have devised another teaching method. Something should have happened to catch your attention.
Oh, absolutely wrong.
That's
You know
true.
what?
That's true.
You know what my problem was? My problem was I was a knucklehead. That I had outstanding teachers, but you know what was on my mind? Not learning what I should have been in there learning. The wrong things were on my mind, and that was my fault, not the teachers. The teachers did excellent jobs of teaching. They came to do their job.
How can they do an excellent job and you didn't learn? You fell asleep. Come on, brother.
My fault. That was my fault.
Right.
That
he claiming it. And yo,
that's my fault.
Yeah, he's claiming it. So if he's claiming it, you gotta believe him.
And then I've met some of my high school teachers.
This guy's a Republican. This guy's a feminist.
I've met some. No.
Come on, bro. Islam. What happened?
I don't know. I didn't even hear what you said.
Hey, this is a beautiful conversation, man. I hope he come back in, man, because this is a beautiful conversation. And I'm about to sign off in a minute because my voice hurt. But I think this is a beautiful conversation. I think I agree with the brother. Hopefully he come back in. Send him a text or something real quick. I think it's a beautiful conversation. Let me tell you something, man. Especially Moorish World TV family. Brother, I am very fully aware of politics, brother.
Oh, here. I'm sorry.
I am very fully aware of politics, family.
No. Hold on. I don't know. I just wanted to say this.
Oh, come on, brother.
I've met a lot of my teachers, and I have personally apologized to them for and told them, I make you feel like you were a bad teacher, because the days I did come to learn, self was on me. The days I did come to learn, I got something out of the class. But it was me. I already had set up in my own mind. I wasn't going to give the teacher a chance before I went through the door. Nothing about no schooling at that particular time. That wasn't that teacher's fault. That was on me. And far as it comes,
a good teacher can change your mind.
But wait. Let him finish the thought.
Change your mind mid-thought.
Now, what about all the other people that they did reach? That's a bad teacher because they didn't reach me. So that's what
right.
No, come on, Talker.
Wow.
Come on, Talker.
Wow.
It's 100 people in the room, right? It's 100 people. Well, look, it's 100 people in the room. 99 people got the message loud and clear, but one dude didn't. So now that teacher is bad because one dude didn't hear out of 100 people.
Listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. That's a scenario you're making up. I'm telling you.
Well,
no, you just said every time. You said wherever you find a student, it's the teacher's fault.
No, that's my philosophy. I think that's just my personal philosophy. I believe that that a teacher can be so dynamic that it can hold any student attention. And when that one student out of the 100 is falling asleep, that teacher is so charismatic and so dynamic of a teacher that it can pull that child back in. I do believe that. Unless you have some learning disability, then that's a horse of another color. But I believe teaching is an art. I believe teaching is an expertise, and I don't believe it's for everybody. I believe a good teacher does not fail any student unless that student have a learning disability.
And students fail themselves all the time.
Oh my goodness!
Slackers.
They skip class. They skip class. They don't do their homework.
Oh my goodness!
All the time.
Oh my.
What about when they got homework and the teacher's not even around and they got homework and they decide, yo, you know what? I'm gonna go out with my friends. We're gonna go to the mall instead of doing that homework or something. You know what I'm saying?
I wish my kids would come home talking about I fell asleep in class because the teacher ain't charismatic enough for me.
No, they're not going to say that. The teacher automatically supposed to hone in and say,
I do my job as a parent, and my kids know they better not.
Man, that's another argument. That's another argument.
Yeah.
That's another argument.
Okay.
But it's attached.
Okay.
It's attached.
Okay. Another argument. Why are your kids falling asleep? Did they not get something to eat at home? Huh? No, is it just the charisma, or when are these kids?
Right. There's other factors. There are other factors, man.
Let me tell you this. Let me give you the example. in school, I was a pretty good student, right? I was a pretty good student. But somebody got me wrong. I had to do some things. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, I was such a good student that I could breeze through stuff, and then talk, play, whatever the case may be. However, I kind of got to slacking later on through the high school type of school. But I found out I was slacking because my attention was not held. My attention was more held to the other slackers and to the other disobedient, insubordinate children, if you will. Now, my thing is, I noticed that once I came into the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, it held my attention so well that I started to understand that I lost interest in that form of education. But when I gained interest in something else, a different form of education or a different style of teaching, it held my attention emphatically. So my thing always been that the student is there to learn. Whether the student learns or not, I think a lot largely depends on the teachers and the method of how the teacher is teaching. I truly get, but now it's not foolproof. Everybody, some people gonna play, some people gonna pass, no, some people gonna spitballs. True indeed. Nevertheless, at the end of the day, teachers should work towards the perfected teaching method of gaining everybody and holding every student attention.
Yeah, but you can't, you know.
Now that's a more reasonable statement, but that's not what you said at first.
No. I'm not flip-flopping, but I'm trying to give a variation of where I stand.
I didn't say you was flip-flopping. I didn't say you was.
But you know what?
I know how you Republicans talk. I know what you
Hey, well, but wait, you know you can't save everybody, man. I think didn't the prophet say that somewhere? That
he said I can't save you. No one can. He said only you can save yourself. But this is what I do have to say, because now you remember. I remember when you just said that. When it comes to this politics, I'm always for what's best for the people. And I understand politics in such a way that I won't get fooled into a partisan approach or a partisan mentality. The Democrats have good ideas. The Republicans have good ideas. A lot of good ideas come out of the independents, but I won't get so much tunnel vision that now that I'm acting like a gangbanger where it's about the red versus the blue. I don't care. Whatever politics is good for the majority is the politics that I roll with. So if it's a good policy, I don't care if it's a Republican. I'm not a Republican and I'm not a Democrat. I'm a man who's interested in bettering himself and bettering his community and doing whatever it takes to get that done.
But so brother, I don't want you going in the community hitting my people over their head though.
You gotta hit them over there.
They better not try to get in my pocket. They keep their hands out my pocket.
Everybody in the hood don't want to get in your pocket.
And that's outstanding. I got a lot of friends in the hood, but the ones who
sound like them Europeans now. I got a lot of friends in the hood.
Look. You ever been robbed? You ever been robbed, brother? You ever been robbed?
I'm not going to answer that question.
Okay, well I have. I'll tell you a story about myself. Okay, we can play both angles of that. Okay. I wasn't a robber. I was a hustler. I knew how to make money. And I knew how to get it a lot of different ways.
Oh, now you're gonna knock the robber.
Now listen. I'm not knocking the robber. The robber does his thing. I just wasn't the robber. I just wasn't the robber. I had some homies who was, but I wasn't, and I ain't gonna perpetrate to be something that I'm not. I wasn't the robber. I wasn't the gangbanger. I knew how to make money, and I had ladies. So this is what but I have been robbed. But getting to the point is, anytime I had been robbed by gunpoint or been involved in some extreme violent situation, it wasn't by no European. Not to say that they ain't extremely wicked and wrong, but I'm telling you that it was not motivated by any Europeans either. It was motivated by their own lust for money and power, their own envy and jealousy, and their own ambitions.
That's a fact.
Now you want to say, oh, there was some mystery European somewhere pulling the strings to these brothers who robbed me. They ain't have the European.
You were selling dope. You're supposed to get robbed. That's how the game's done. That's how it goes. You sell dope, you get robbed. That's it.
But what I'm telling you is these are the situations. I didn't bring that up. What I'm telling you is, no, we have to be accountable for the things that we do and stop blaming other people. And whenever we have taken time,
we have to go and teach our people and stop talking about we blaming people because we understanding the problem. We're not blaming.
Nobody's talking about not teaching the people.
No,
we're not talking about not teaching them.
Because I put out the issues, you think I'm giving them a crutch. I'm not giving my people a crutch. I'm understanding that the atrocities that have been brought against us perpetuates the acts that we see today. And you can't get away from it.
But we have to talk about everything in its totality. We can't just pick the segments of the issues that we like or that sounds good. The foundation of everything is self. The foundation of everything is self. Why were we put into slavery? By chasing after gods of European. No, this is you've been quoting the prophet all night. Now you don't want to hear the quotes of the prophet.
Now come on, brother.
The prophet said that how we got into slavery by chasing after the gods of Europeans. So
but we here now.
Nothing.
Now let's get us up out of it.
I know.
Let's get us up out of it. And getting us out of it and identifying the problems in the hood and pointing them out and trying to address them. Not saying that we so smart, we just don't want to get ourselves together. Not saying bust them over the head. We identify it, we go in and we address it.
I didn't say bust everybody over here, but there are some of those who need to be dealt with. Some of those individuals need to be dealt with in that manner. And then the Nation of Islam.
Islam said the hands, words, and deeds don't hurt nobody.
No. See, now listen. If we don't protect our women in a way where they don't have a refuge, like if someone can just put our hand. That's one of the approaches I done had. And some of the bones I've had to pick with a lot of these organizations who got that hands-off type of policy. And let me tell you, if I got an organization, we in the community, and we are helping, uplifting our people, and we doing our all to help you, you touch one of our members, you got a problem. We're not going to be praying for you. We going to be looking for you. And that's a fact. You touch one of our sisters, you got a problem. We're not going to be praying for you that you get an enlightenment. We're going to enlighten you. Because we protect ours, and we don't just do it by words and praying and singing. We do it by any means that we have to get it done by. And sometimes you got to look at it like that. If you can't be whooping on our women, disrespecting our women, and think you're going to raise no nation. You keep knocking up these women in the hood. You run around knocking up everything in sight, leaving a whole bunch of babies around. We got an education for that, but we also have some other stuff for that too. We got all types of education.
What's the other stuff?
We got all kind of education. We got all kind of education. We got physical. We got physical education.
That's right.
Physical education will get with you physically. We got some mental upliftment. We got
having a bunch of babies. You gonna bust somebody in the head. That's your result.
No. That's a part of. If someone needs that, we're not above giving them what they need.
Right.
Is what I'm telling you. Now, some people need that. Now that is, do you not agree that is a part of the destruction of our community? These brothers dishonoring these women, not taking care of their responsibilities.
My lane is this. My lane is to uplift all of humanity. So I identify the problem and I go up.
But that's a question. But that's a question. There's a question.
What is the question? Yeah. All right. The question is, do you not believe that is a part of the degenerating factors of our community?
Yes, but we need to go. Yes,
no. Okay. Now, we must fix this, right?
But
listen. I beg to differ. But now, when we look at the divine constitution and bylaws, what does it say that we must do? If you're a man, what must you do? In Act 6 and Act 7, what must you do?
Oh, take care of your wives and children. What are you talking about?
Outstanding. So this is the law.
But they're fallen humanity, brother. We must go there and correct the problem. Busting in the head ain't gonna fix our problem. Period, point blank. But nevertheless, brother, the question is, let's get back on track real quick, brother. I think Barack Obama did not fail.
He did not fail the black community. Just say it.
Barack Obama
did not fail the black community. No, he didn't.
I think he failed.
No, he didn't.
I believe we had unrealistic expectations,
I
and we
agree with
failed
that too, my
ourselves.
brother.
We failed ourselves in that regard.
Brother, I agree with that too. I agree with that too. But nevertheless, I believe that our expectations of Barack Obama was not met. Now, the question is, did he know our expectations? Sure, he campaigned in our neighborhoods, on Twitter, on what's the name? Obama failed us, brother.
But but you know what? That's because black people have been indoctrinated with a Messiah complex. And so
No,
because they were looking for this external Messiah
hey,
to
brother.
Yep.
save them, but wait, let
Yes.
me just finish my
Yes.
point, man. Just
Yes.
because they were looking for an external Messiah to save them, and when he did not meet the expectation, when he could not live up to the standard of Messiah, they turned their backs on him. And just like in Messiah fashion, they want to crucify this man now.
Brother.
Now the black community wants to crucify him because they done finally realized that he's actually not the Messiah.
Listen, the reason being is that when you vote for somebody, you exchange your vote.
Nope.
Let me finish. You exchange your vote for
He's
some
still
good.
not the Messiah. He's still not the
Yo, no, no,
Messiah,
no,
though.
no. Listen, listen.
That's what voting is about.
A lot of
I vote for you because
listen.
you can do something for me.
Outstanding, and he did what 90% of them wanted. All they really wanted was just to see a quote unquote black person in office. That's all they was voting for.
How about that? How
Oh my
about that?
goodness.
That's all they was voting for.
No, he didn't
And
fail.
guess what? And guess what?
No, he
And
didn't
guess what?
fail. That was
No, no, he was a smashing success. Now I don't know what you was looking for the second time you voted for him, but I was on the campaign trail both times. I canvassed for him. I was knocking door to door, and I asked him questions. And most people couldn't even tell me what his platform was. They just, God bless Obama, and I hope he wins. And I'm voting for him again. And I'll vote for Michelle. Now, how in the world could you vote? Say you could vote for Michelle, and you don't even know nothing about what her platform.
brother, that's where our people are. But let me tell you something. If I get in the position to get into office or put somebody in office, nobody has to tell me what to do for my people. I'm doing it regardless because they're my people, and I understand.
No, you're gonna do what the people who put you in office say you're gonna do, or you ain't gonna be there very long.
I'm going to do,
or you will not be there very long.
I am going to do if in my district, District 8 in Baltimore City, if I or somebody else that we put into office gets into office, I will do what I think I need done for me if I was in their position. They don't have to ask.
You would do what you can, bro.
No, you would do what you can. You would do what you can.
You do what you can.
That's
obvious. You would do what you can.
But that's obvious.
And I believe he did what he could.
No.
Right. Right. We got to deal with it within reason, bro. You will do what you can. That's it.
I'm gonna go with my man say. Why did he flip flop from the heterosexual demonstration to the homosexual? Why do that?
Because I already explained that already. Because when for the first 4 years when he wasn't touching that subject, and that was his original position. But like I said, when he came back after that 4 years and he had to run again, running is about winning. So he had to run on the issues that was going to get the most support for. No, he's a businessman because being a president is a job, and he wanted to keep his job. So, and you want to keep your job. So he doesn't represent Barack Obama. He represents the Democrat Party and the majority of the United States of America. So they poll these issues called by state polls called the LGBT. What are the hot issues? What are the hot topics? These two things, the Latina issue and the LGBT community, was the big two issues when he was running for campaign. It would have behooved him to not address those things. We wouldn't even have had a Barack Obama for a second term if it wasn't for those things.
So he got to perpetuate homosexuality so he can stay in office and do nothing.
You saw what he did, didn't you?
He didn't do nothing. See, that's the thing. Like that the people that are saying he did nothing are the people who absolutely refuse to actually look at the man's record.
Right, and look at the things that have changed.
Look at his record. He didn't do a whole bunch for us, brother.
Oh my God, man!
Who is this us that we talking about?
Right, and who's us?
Where his father come from?
Define Kenya.
African descent. People of African
Kenya.
He
from Baltimore.
And what did us want?
You don't know where Africa at? What's wrong?
And but when you say he didn't do nothing for, he didn't do a whole lot for us. Who are these us, and what did the
I
us
just
want?
told
But
people.
wait, what did us? Well, okay, so what did us want? What did us want? What
They wanted a
exactly did
black
us want?
president and they got it. They wanted a black president and they got it. They wanted a black president to shoot basketball, to be smooth. They wanted him to give dap and fives. They got that. They got that.
And they got a free cell phone.
And they got cell phones. That's what they want. They wanted cell phones, B.
Right,
They didn't want all of that.
But do you notice that all of the black people who say he failed us, he didn't do nothing for us, do you notice that they never give you anything specifically that they actually wanted that he didn't do?
Because you gotta have something. You gotta have something first.
Hey, I'm telling you right now. There is no city that he put anything in place.
That's false. That's false, brother. Come on, brother. Okay, obviously you don't communicate with a lot of the quote-unquote black organizations. Obviously you don't communicate with a lot of the quote-unquote black organizations that exist.
You're not telling me
where
that.
you're at.
Don't be cynical. Tell me where.
Because no, I am going to tell you. And he works with the NAACP all over the place. The urban. Do you know how many grants he gave to the urban?
I didn't ask you that. Tell me where.
Whoa! Wait! Do you first? No, you can't dismiss the Urban League like that, man. Come on, man. Say that again, brother. What did he do for the Urban League?
God. Wow, what he has power to do, which is approve federal grants on the executive level, and where he direct those grants to these urban leagues who exist to create programs within urban communities where we live for us.
Can you name the program?
Oh my God, I can name 1,000 programs because I work for them.
Let's name the program so I can look it up real quick for the people.
Just look up the Urban League.
Yeah, look up the Urban League and look. No, look up the Urban League. They have various chapters throughout the
about an organization. I'm talking about something where people are benefiting.
Right. The people benefit. But Tahaka, if you understand the role of the Urban League, if you listen, brother, listen, wait. If you understand the mission, wait. No, that's not true, man. There are many people. Tahaka. Yeah, they got jobs.
Tell me where and what city and what the Urban League.
Brother, listen.
Almost every.
I'm not listening no more.
Brother.
Tell me
right there.
Tahaka. Look, the Urban League helps people. No, listen, Tahaka. The Urban League has a. Listen.
What's the damn name?
Hold on, I'm trying to give you the name. You stupid, yo. I'm trying to give you the name. Yo, listen. The Urban League has different things that they do. One of the things that I'm trying to give you. One of the things that they do is they have.
I didn't ask you what they do. What the name of the damn trade school that helping my people?
The Urban League is an organization that helps people get wait. Tahaka, man. Tahaka, listen. They have a Tahaka. You're not listening. Man.
I got it. You want programs. I am well connected to these people who benefit from the program.
I know you are. Come on, let's go.
Yes. This dude is crazy.
Well, yeah, Tahaka is hilarious.
They got the young laborers grant where they have take brothers right off the street involved in these unions and give them good construction jobs. Give them grants so that they can work on restoration of homes and development. And that program, just one program, has benefited so many brothers off the street, brothers who won't get a chance.
Brother, I'm looking it up. I don't see the results. I'm looking for results, brother.
Brother, you just started touching your mouse. How could you possibly be looking it up?
Because I'm that fast.
Oh my God.
I'm looking it up.
Tahaka is crazy. Come on.
Oh man. Okay. And see, but first, and I appreciate your zeal and fire, but first, you have to understand how things work. Okay. Now, when they give grants out, these grants are for programs, and the Urban League is an institution that houses programs. Easily And these programs are easy. They're not hiding or invisible programs. All you gotta do is look up the Urban League, and they got a list of their agendas and their programs, and they all address
the original question. The original question was, show me how Obama built something that benefits for our people. And you said through the Urban League he did. I said, okay, where, which city? You haven't shown me none yet. You talk about grant money.
Chicago. What do you think grant money does? Chicago, Illinois, Springfield, Illinois, Peoria,
what
Illinois.
am I looking up?
Hey,
Brother, the Urban League is an organization. I'm talking about.
How else are you going to look up the
Brother,
program?
this is your argument, not mine.
Yeah, but
no, brother, but you're not listening. You're acting crazy. You need to
brother, you want me to look up the Urban League? You want me to look up the Urban League and try to find out what they did? I'm telling you that Barack
I'm not. I'm telling you
nothing for us. He gave money to the Urban League, is what you're telling me.
But the Urban League is an Asiatic organization that is specifically put in the communities. It's put in the communities to help Asiatics, and that's their track record. And if they don't, but look, in order to keep those, in order for them, but look, even in order for them to even keep
your opinions too much.
But no, listen. In order for the listen. In order for an organization like. In order for an organization like the Urban League to continue to receive grant money, they have to show the government how they're successful in doing what it is they're receiving the grant money for. They can't just keep getting money. So that organization would have folded. The organization.
I'm gonna calm down, right? And I'm gonna tell you how these systems work. I'm gonna share this with the people. I got in trouble one time, right? And I needed a job. So I went to the Urban League. I went to the Urban League, and also I went to the job development center. I had to sign this paper to check in. And this is how I actually started my business. I had to sign this paper.
Outstanding.
No, it wasn't from the Urban League. Trust me on this. I had to sign in. I had to sign in, right? And when I signed in, I went there every day for like 2 weeks. And they would sit me down at this computer. They would tell me about these grants. A lot of them I just couldn't get for whatever reason, who knows. Nevertheless, they would sit me at this computer. I would do resumes. I went from the Urban League. I went to the Job Force Development Center. So at some point, I seen that all of these people was coming in and out. They had offenders. They had people of low income. They had pregnant mothers. They was coming in. Everybody was coming in. But guess what? No, not many was leaving out with jobs. They were sending them to some of these trades. They would go and they would come back. So I kind of figured out, I said, hold up. These people are getting money, and this money is being funneled through this to this so-called program, and the program is getting the money from signatures when people sign in, because ain't nobody getting no real jobs and ain't nobody getting no real trades. So you know what I did? Let me finish. I seen this with my own eyes.
But there's something to that.
Let me finish.
You didn't know what you were looking at.
Listen to me. Okay, I didn't know what I was looking at. God damn it, I was there for a whole month at one place and a month at another, and I watched the same people not moving nowhere. Now,
but some of those people are actually unemployable, brother. You got to deal with the issue of that some of our people are actually unemployable.
And then what you got to look at is how grants actually work.
Let me tell you what I did. Let me finish. I copied and pasted a flyer from offline, a janitorial flyer. I copied and pasted. I printed it out from their machine. They told me that machine is for resumes. That machine is for official this. I copied those resumes. I walked up the street and I started me a business.
Well, then you need to thank them for letting you use their resources, brother.
I took their resources.
Wow, you took it.
I took it.
That is crazy.
And the guy walked up to me and said, you know, those are for resumes. I said, well, y'all ain't giving nobody no job here. I'm going to create my own. And I created my own. Thanks to
the Urban League.
My bad, Nasir. They got me worked up. Nasir. But nevertheless, I left there and I started my own business. That was 8 years ago. Owned 2 houses. And I can keep going on and on. Nevertheless, I sit up there and watch that.
Wow, look at what was important of what you said.
That money going to the Urban League is not helping nobody. It helps a few.
You can't say that, man. You can't say that.
I said it's helping.
You cannot say that.
False. That's false. That's
And,
false.
and there are different urban
That's
leagues
so
that
false.
are in counties. These different chapters of the
No,
And like
urban league are not
that's what
all
I'm
the same. They're
saying.
not
That's what
all
I'm
ran by
saying.
the same people.
That's what I'm saying. Like you have to. It's bigger than what you saw, and that's why I said you didn't know what you was
I'm
looking at
going by
because
my
you don't
experience.
understand
I
that
seen
what
the
your
same people
experience
there
is.
for
Your
2 months.
experience, and what does that mean?
That there wasn't nothing shaking.
You didn't see anything shaking. But let me tell you, if there wasn't nothing shaking, they wouldn't have got any money, and the Urban League would have closed
Man,
down
they get
because
money from the signatures coming in.
but
No,
no,
they
that
gotta.
brother, can you listen, brother? Please listen to me, please, brother. Listen,
Man,
please
y'all
listen,
go
brother.
y'all
Please
support
listen to
these
me.
Jews. Y'all trying to sell us out, man.
Oh
Y'all
my
trying to
God,
sell us
you
out.
sound like
They
brother.
trying to
You
sell us
sound
out,
like
brother.
Sa Neter.
Oh, they trying to sell us out.
You sound like Sa Neter, brother. Please don't be
Man,
like that.
you can say what you want. You sound like a sellout Asiatic, brother. That's what
How?
you,
How?
brother.
How?
You sound first. You want to beat my people upside the
How?
head. Secondly, you never benefited or
How?
been to the Urban League. You just reading stuff and saying that it's facts. You haven't
How
had
can
no
you?
experience.
How can you
I've
say
been
that?
there.
How can
I've
you
been.
Brother,
say that?
they
How
ask.
my listen, hold up. My mother worked for the Urban League for 10 years. How can you tell me what you
I
don't even
said you
know
are
me?
not a
You don't even
benefactor
know
of the
me.
Urban League. You're not.
You don't even how could my mother be employed by the Urban League and I not be a benefactor
How
of the
did it
Urban League? What
benefit
are
you,
you
brother? Come
talking
on.
about?
How did it
Because
benefit?
they employed my moms. What are you
No.
talking about?
I'm talking
How
about.
could
See, you're talking a
how
different
no
conversation.
no
I'm talking about how
no
it
I'm
relates
not.
that
No,
Obama
I'm
sent
not.
somebody to build
Oh my
something. Matter of
goodness.
fact, where is the building I was talking about from the beginning?
But
I
see,
know the brother that you don't see. It's so hard having these conversations because you don't know what you're really talking about. And I'm steady trying to educate. And this is what I be
I don't
saying. Like
want your
I'm
education,
trying to
my brother.
educate. Look at that. Look at
Unfortunately,
that. Look at that. You
I
just
want
sit here and said to teach the people, but you don't
no.
want the
What you
education.
teaching? What you teaching, brother? What you teaching is for a different type of people. It ain't for my people that I know every
No,
day.
it's not.
It's not for my people, brother. I don't understand your
Who do you
language.
know?
You speak as a foreign language to me.
I'm teaching the language of growth and development,
Now you teaching the language
community
of the
development.
upper echelons, and you forgot your people on the bottom.
no,
How
no,
long you gonna stay
no.
on the bottom? You want to be a
Well, I'm
bottom
going down the
forever?
bottom until my people raise up. I'm going in the mud with them and raise them up. We
But
gonna
look
raise them up.
now I'm part
I'm
of a.
going in the
Listen to
mud.
this. Can I say this?
That's
Because I don't want to yell. But listen,
that is
You
insane.
need
I'm part
reality.
of. I'm a member of a committee where they're on this committee. There are members from the NACP, the county NAC. Listen, and the Urban League. The people from I know some of the board members from the Urban League. They asked me to be the board chair for their chapter of the Urban League. Closely affiliated with these people. Went in and had several meetings with them. I know what their missions. I got their mission statement. I have all of their documents. I know exactly how they work. Trust me. In order to keep that money coming into these different county chapters of the Urban League, they have to show the national part of the Urban League that they're actually being successful in what they're doing. They can't just supply them with they huh?
Let me hold that for 1 second, Ali Bey. Let me tell y'all in the audience, just because Moors disagree, that don't mean we divided or we hate each other. Y'all need to stop that. We need to learn how to argue. We can disagree. That doesn't mean we hate each other. Somebody gonna write in the chat, y'all sound real Ethiopian. I can disagree with my brother and love him at the end. You gotta stop this
Don't do
nonsense.
that. Yeah, whoever said that in the chat.
And let me explain something to
This
you.
is how we build.
That's right. And let me explain something to you. I'm saying these things to cause interest and draw interest. But in the real sense, the Prophet Noble Ali says there's work enough for us all. So my job may be in the mud. His job may be up there with the politicians and setting the record straight with them. It's work enough for all to do. Don't get caught up in the hoopla of the Tahaka Bay yelling and all this and that, because we not beefing. That's my brother, and I love him like he came out the same womb as me. Stop playing with that.
Absolutely.
Back to you, my brother
Absolutely.
Ali Bey.
Yeah, no. So the national headquarters for the Urban League, they check all of the sub chapters to see if they're successful, because the money that they get from the federal government comes from the main part of the Urban League, and then it gets funneled down to the different chapters and the different counties and so forth. They have to account for that. They have to show them that they're actually successful. They're actually doing
Right.
stuff with this money. They can't just keep getting bread, because they will cut
Right.
them off.
barriers to the grants, and they don't want
Yes.
to just see some signatures. You have to meet all the criteria. You can't just spend that grant money how you want, or you'll go to jail, or your business will get shut down. They have oversights quarterly, annually. You have to do what is prescribed for that grant money and do nothing else with that grant money, or you will face federal charges. So if they're continuously receiving grant money, they're doing what they're supposed to do with those funds.
I got you. I'm still asking, where is the physical building in the school or whatever Barack sent to the Urban League?
Is it the president? But is it the president's job to build schools? Let's think of no. But to the question that you're asking.
Y'all evading the
no, to the question that you're asking. Is it the
question is
president?
non sequitur. That question is non sequitur.
But you should have said that when I first asked it, and you tried to answer with the Urban League.
No, you said what has he done as president, and I'm saying
I said what has he put in the place.
I said what he did what he can do, and he's done what he can do, and he has what he can do as president is what I led with this answer is he has approved a lot of grant money to urban organizations to start programs because the president, that's how federalism works. We live in a federalist country where the central government shares a relationship with the regional governments and they approve funds so that they can do their own work locally. That's what the president does. He doesn't come build nothing. No president does that. What they do is they work with organizations, they work with governors, they work with other state representatives and federal representatives to get things so that they can do their own thing.
Y'all sound like Europeans.
Because we know how the government works.
Y'all sound like Europeans, man. Y'all sound like
because we know how government works.
I hear that all. I hear that all the time.
I'm not.
Yo, you know what? I hear that all the time from Moors, man. Talk about, you thinking with a European mind. You got to think back with a Moorish mind. But the problem is the Moorish minds don't understand how government works. So
no. The problem is
I don't like that, man.
The problem is
I don't like that.
The problem is those are not Moorish minds. Those are minds calling themselves Moorish. When you return to the state that your ancient forefathers were in, they knew government. They had relationships with guess who? European governments as well.
Hey, brother, everybody in the Moorish world didn't know government. You have regular civilians too, brother. Stop talking that crazy.
And you mean to tell me that they didn't know government? They didn't understand government?
Not every single individual. Some people just live their life and cook on the pot.
You know, even back in back in the late 1800s.
Wow.
Yo, you know that.
The fictitious. What fictitious stuff are you talking?
Bro, you telling me that
now you sound like the European now. I'm talking about us as a people. Historically started. You telling me government and its process. We created democracy. We created all of this government.
Brother, that
comes out of us. That is a fact.
That is an elite section of Moors. You had regular people, brother. What about the regular people?
Even the regular people existed in a tribe who had nations and government. That's called government. And
that's right.
And they interacted with other tribes. That's called government interaction.
Brother,
you can't tell me that they didn't have government and they didn't know what government was and they didn't know how to function within a government
some people
or
just
society.
Want to raise their family, brother, and cook some beans on the pot, brother.
Man, bro, look, Allah has instituted governments amongst men for their rule.
Hey, brother, some people just wanna crochet and net things up, bead things up, and cook things on the pot and let the other people handle that, brother.
So
don't say all Moors no government, because that's a lie.
It didn't say all Moors no government.
He said
Who said that? Who said that?
He didn't say all Moors.
No, what I said is because the brother Ali said that the Moorish you think with a European, they should know government.
Oh my goodness.
They should, especially since they're thumping civics and political science.
And if you don't know, you need to be ashamed of yourself.
Let me tell you this.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I'm about to close because I want to get this point out.
Moorish Science Temple of America started as a civic organization teaching their people the responsibilities and duties of citizenship, which is a part of government. Your role in the government.
All right.
That's the prophet's work. The
Brother,
prophet started with that.
Brother,
The
I
prophet
demonstrate
started
this
with
every day,
that.
brother. I demonstrate this every day. But my point
Yeah,
is,
but that's a key point. That's a key point. We can't just skip over that. That's very, very important.
let me do this, brother. My brother Wayl, with all the information that you have, how has it impacted and changed us since you have had this information?
Who is us?
Come on, man. The Moors. Come on, your people.
But what does that mean? Because the Moors, there are different communities around the country. We're not all living in some monolithic community somewhere.
Listen. Let me answer the brother's question. First and foremost, I've been obligated to do first and foremost every day is take care of my children, provide for my family. And then what I do next is I become a place in the affairs of men, which what the prophet said we should do too. And I also get involved with my government as a citizen on every level, local, state, and federal. What I have done, and people know me out here.
You speak just like them Europeans. Let's be specific. What are you talking about?
That's outstanding.
He was getting ready to be specific.
But I am being specific. I think my children are very specific people.
Yeah,
and when I'm telling you that I'm working, that's real specific. My wife is real specific. My family that extends beyond that is real specific. And people know me, brother. This may be our first time, but I guarantee there's people in that chat room that know me, and they can say what Brother Ware has done. And there's people in my cities and everywhere that I go that can tell you what Brother Ware Ill has done in regards to this movement. No, because you don't believe. A man can't be about what he's been told, right? Or you don't know, right?
You're supposed to take care of your children. That's not I'm not giving you a pat on the back to take care of your children.
I'm not looking for pats
You're
on the back.
supposed to. I take care of my children. I take care of my wife. You're supposed to.
That ain't all I said. I said I've been involved in a lot of affairs. I get involved in the affairs of men. Everything that I talk about, I've done. I didn't run for office.
You haven't said nothing.
A politician.
He's trying to.
Nothing.
He's trying to.
If you would stop going on side netter on me, I could get some of this stuff out.
Fact, man. Get off side netter name, man. This ain't got nothing to do with side netter. This is my personality. If you haven't been watching the show, you don't know me. This is me, brother. This is me. This ain't no side netter. No side netter.
Now
you haven't said nothing.
You haven't listened to nothing,
brother. You said you take care of your children. Okay, I took care of mine.
That's when you stop listening. That's
right. You got let them.
Affairs of men. You are participating in government. What have you done?
What you want me to pay? You want me to pay people's bills? What do you want me to do for them? I done educated. You talked about.
Let's get out of here, man. This is crazy, man.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Because we attend a few civic meetings. We think because we bump elbows with a few politicians. We think because we give a little bit of advice here and there that we made some significant change. Well, heck. In the 3 years that Prophet Noble Drew Ali, from 26 to 29, I'm trying to make that type of impact. I don't know what y'all.
I wish you the best, but I'm not. I'm here. I'm not here to do that at all. And that's not my goal. My goal is to be the best man, the best citizen I can be, and to help those who are trying to do the same. I'm not here to do what the prophet did. I'm here to extend the learnings.
You're not here to do what the prophet did. The prophet said, imitate out of the prophet. You ain't trying to do what he did.
So, okay, you can take that out of how you want it. And then you take that out of context, so you're going to create the Moorish Science Temple all over again? That's what you're going to do?
I'm a recreate it just like he did it. Not recreate like it's something new, but exactly how he did it, I'm going to do it. Absolutely.
You know how I do by being prophet? I live out them 7 divine laws that he done put out for us. That's what I do.
That's your measure, my brother. That's your measure, my brother. My brother Ali Bey. Let's bring this to a close. I love my brothers. Let me say this, family. I love my brothers. I have no problems with my brother. I extremely disagree with my brother Wade Ill. Extremely disagree. Because I'm a bottom type of guy. I like the people on the bottom, and I like to run with the people on the bottom and try to raise them up to the top. Hopefully I can raise up with them. If I can't get up there with the politicians and the upper echelons and look down and see my people. I can't take it to see my sister with that pink hair and that blue hair, and she talking about, boy, let me tell you something. Boy, bye. You know what I mean? I got to get down there and say, come on, sister, come on. That's how you really talking today? For real? You know, I got to get down there with the brother rolling the blunt and be like, come on, brother. Somebody asked me, do you got a cigarette? And I got to look them in the face. And I said, come on, you really smoking in 2016? People smoke in 2016? I got to do things like this. I got to talk to the bottom people, man, because that's where the power lies. Prophet Noble Drew Ali and all true masters, they went to the common people. And that's just what it is. And that's where my lane is. Maybe that's not my brother's lane.
You know what? Nah, you know what? The common people, first of all, common people consist of more than just bottom feeders. Common people consist of, but wait, because you're describing what you're describing. I'm
about to bring out the Quran and show you what the Quran says.
But wait, but hold on.
Those were the
wait. But wait. Okay.
I ain't gonna let you change that.
Yeah, but I'm just adding on because commoners are people who are not elite. You're talking about regular, everyday people.
According to the
Prophet, some regular, everyday people. Wait, hold on. Let me just finish what I'm saying. You talk. Some of these people are students. Some of these people are dropouts. But wait. I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm talking about what I see. Okay, and I take that into consideration, but I'm adding on from what I see in today's society. Common people don't only consist of people who are involved in the lower levels of life, but we're also talking about people who are just average everyday citizens who are trying to make it. Some people are poor. Some people are doing a little bit better, but these are your common people. These are not people or dignitaries. These are not politicians. These are not elite people. These are not millionaires and billionaires. These are not business owners. These are people who are either employed or students, unemployed and looking for a job. Some of them are criminals. Some of them, you understand what I'm saying? Some of them are single mothers. Whatever the case is, these are the common people. They're not just the low lives in society, but the other people that are trying to make it too.
I'm speaking from the rationale.
I get that. I get that. I get that, but listen,
that's who I'm coming to uplift.
I get it. And if my thing is this, I want to talk to people who can understand what I'm saying. I don't want to waste time with people who don't understand what I'm saying. So maybe that's the job for somebody else. So my thing is, I prefer to talk to people who more than likely are willing to be progressive, and based on history. In this country, generally, generally, the people who make moves in this country have been the student population. It's generally the students who wind up trying to make the moves in this country, the young students that are trying to make, not the criminal element, wait.
The Moorish Science Temple.
Man, we can go back into SNCC. Listen to what I'm saying. We can go back into SNCC. I'm talking. Remember, I said history has shown that student movements have been pretty much the movements for change in this country, particularly social change and so forth. No, I understand that. I said history shows.
I'm not talking about generally. I'm talking about if the student population is where the power at, and those are the people that understand you, where are they?
Unfortunately, a lot of them are caught up in Black Lives Matter. But what I'm trying to say, but unfortunately, a lot of them are caught up in Black Lives Matter and those kinds of movements. But that is only happening because the Moorish presence has been absent for so long. They're going to go to Black Lives Matter. They're going to go to all of these other organizations because those organizations have had the track record of being in the field, out there fighting for change, out there fighting against injustices.
Why haven't you pulled them in? They understand you, you say.
I have, but this is what I'm saying. I talked to students at the college that I was attending. I have a social, a focus group that I worked on with them. And my thing is about also advancing the teachings, spreading the teachings to help to build character within these individuals,
Now we
people
need
that
to
I
build
can
a faith.
understand. But wait. You can't. I don't want to build a characterless nation. I want to build a nation of people that have character. I want that to be at the root of who they
I
are. A good character, a person with good character in office. I don't want no criminal in office just because he got the same complexion as me. I want somebody who actually can understand, who can actually receive the information, who can appreciate the information and carry that information with them to make not only themselves, their family, and then to bring that into the community, whether it be on a political level or social, whatever it is. That's what we want to do. We want to reach people who are already inclined to being progressive. We don't need to be trying. I
But
personally, now maybe you, but
all of them people
it's not
talk
my
about
job. It's
religion,
not my job. I'm just saying it's not my job to try to
all them
convert.
people, all them
Listen to what
people
I'm
is under
saying.
a spell, just
I
like my
I,
brother on this
I understand.
panel. All them
I under,
people under a spell.
but listen to what I'm
I
saying.
want fertile ground. They
Listen
already
to
been
what I'm
tricked.
saying. Listen to what I'm saying. It's not my job to try to convert the Crips and the Bloods. I already know that. I'm just not going to do that. Maybe that's something for you to do. That's not what I'm going to do. I would prefer to talk to people who have more of an ability to really meet me in the place where I'm at. I don't want to try to bring somebody from ground zero. That's not really my job to be
Well,
trying to make grown people, to try to make
if that's
grown
true,
people be
where
something
are
that
the
they
people you
supposed to
talking
be.
about? If that's true, where are the people that listens and believe you? Where are they?
They're in the urban league. They're in. Listen, I sat with a group of youngsters. They have a young
What
chapter
is?
in the county
I'm for the
chapter of the urban league. They have a young.
I'm for the
Yeah,
program of the
When you
Prophet Noble
when you say where are they? What do you mean?
I mean that I am for the program of the uplifting of all of humanity as it relates to the program designed by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So if I tell you that I am getting people and people listen to me and believe in me, guess what? They
that's
believe in the
great.
Prophet Noble Drew Ali.
Do you not work with other organizations?
If I do, my whole goal is to bring them over to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali.
That's
My
not
Well,
my
goal.
goal.
That's my goal.
that's not what the
Prophet Noble
prophet
Not
Drew
was
my
Ali
doing.
got
goal.
the plan.
That's not what the prophet was doing.
Well, Prophet
I just
Noble Drew
want to
Ali
let you
has
know
the
that.
plan. He was sent by God, and his plan can't fail. So I
Yeah, but those
But
politicians. But look,
he
well,
worked
check
with
this out,
other
right?
organizations. He worked with other
And
organizations and
and those
what
politicians.
politicians
organization?
that he was
Brother, you keep
supporting.
making
But
statements.
look, those politicians that he was
Hold up, brother.
supporting, though he didn't make those. But listen, let me just say this: he
Brother,
didn't
please.
make those politicians that he was supporting. Those guys made themselves. He jumped on board to support them in their
And he brought them in
campaigns,
the temple.
and so he did not make. He didn't make Anderson. He
He
didn't make
brought them in
these
the temple.
guys, man. Nah, they weren't all Temple members. All of them guys were Temple
No,
members.
I didn't say that. He brought them in the temple, and they supported the prophet 1,000%.
Okay, that's fine.
Because he worked with them.
No, no,
How
no,
you
no,
think they
no.
found out about
Bro,
they was already doing
bro,
their own
hold up.
things when
I'm
he
not
met
going to let
them.
you get away. What organization did the prophet work with, brother?
The prophet, you got to get into your Moorish guys and read.
Brother, I don't have to get into nothing. I'm asking you. You made the statement.
He worked with various lodges.
Brother,
He worked with the
name
Elks. He worked with the Elks. You ever heard of the Elks?
Brother, show and prove.
It's in the paper that he said that the Sisters Auxiliary served food for him. I can't do all the homework for you,
That
brother.
was a job. That was a job. That was
That's
a
called
catering
work.
service.
What is a job? That's work. That's working
Brother,
with
you making stuff up,
organizations.
man. You don't know, man. You making
I
stuff
just
up.
made.
That was a job. That
I
was
made that
business.
up. What do you think we're talking about working with other organizations? That's business. What are you talking about?
I said, bring
That
him over
is
to the
business.
Prophet Noble Drew Ali's teaching. And you
Yeah,
said,
but
I know
no.
that's what you said. That's not what I said. I said the prophet worked with other organizations.
brother, he had a
Right.
business arrangement with the Elks.
So where's your businesses?
What are you talking about?
You doing the
Brother,
work of
you
the prophet? You
dancing
said
too
you're
much,
doing the work
brother.
of the
You a
prophet.
politician,
How
brother.
No,
is
but he was asking you. He was asking you what do you work with other organizations? That's what he asked.
As it relates to working with organizations to uplift all of humanity, if I work or get involved with an organization,
So the answer is no. The answer is no.
Bring them to the Prophet
The
Noble
answer
Drew
is
Ali.
no.
It is no.
The answer is
The
no.
Prophet Noble Drew Ali got
The
the
answer
answer.
is no.
Prophet Noble Drew Ali got the answer.
That's crazy. Okay. All right. But do you have the answers? Do you have them?
Brother, I follow Prophet Noble Ali 1,000%.
Do you?
1,000%.
Do you? You just said you're not going to work with other organizations unless they try to come into the teachings of Noble Drew Ali.
Did you hear me? Did you hear me clear? I said, if I work with other organizations, I am trying to bring them over to the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. That's what I said.
Was not with the Prophet worked with members and sympathizers, people who simply sympathize with the movement. He worked with them too. You ain't gonna work with sympathizers,
brother. They didn't. Brother, you don't have a clue, brother. I wish I could see you.
Now I don't have a clue. Would you not work with sympathizers? Did the Prophet not work with sympathizers? He said, I will work with
people. He said, I will work with the Prophet. Let me tell you what the Prophet.
He even said that he was willing to take. He said he was open to critique and suggestions from outside people as well.
Brother, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali worked with people to meet his end, not to meet their end. What are you talking about?
I didn't ask about. I didn't ask about whose ends was getting met. I said, did you?
So who's working with who?
Other. He said, mute. He said, society said, I said, work with them, brother. You can't convolute this message. It's reciprocal helps and mutual obligations. That's how society works.
That's right.
Works. That's not just within our movement. That's how our movement interfaces with the rest of society.
Brother,
that's a fact, man.
You are mixing apples and oranges, brother.
No, I'm not.
No.
Different nationalities, brother. But we're not talking about
mixing no apples and oranges.
But we're not talking about what you're talking about. We're not talking about what you're talking about. And you keep changing the narrative because you can't answer that question that I asked yet. You can't show me the building that was on the ground. You can't show me.
But see, that's a fallacious. But the question is fallacious. You can't ask what building did the president build for black people. Nobody, president does that. That's a fallacious question, bro. You can't ask questions like that. No, bro. No, seriously, bro. You can't ask. You can't ask a question like that because that's a fallacious question.
Let me tell you something, bro. I'm gonna wrap this up because it's 10:57. I've noticed that in this conversation we have gotten nowhere. We have gotten nowhere due to the fact that we're defending the failings of our president Barack Obama.
No, that's your perception. But you're saying we're defending. Yeah, but we've laid out what he's actually done within. No, listen. We've laid out. Listen. Listen,
Talker. Things that all presidents do. That's what
that's what we're talking about at the end of the day.
That ain't the name of the show.
Job. All right, it's the Taharka show, and I praise Allah that you have a show, so this kind of conversation can happen. But that's your conclusion, and I hope that the information was good for all the listeners, and people can get out of it what they need to extract. But outstanding job, brother. But keep on doing what you do.
I just totally disagree with you. I think
that's fine. My platform is and my stance is that he did what he could do as a president. You just confirmed that, saying that he did what every other president did.
I actually agree with you on that note. I actually agree. I think he did exactly what he was capable of doing as a president. But I think that he could have. I think that because he pointed out particulars of different communities and did specific things that will help them in the long run, he could have did the same thing for us. That's my take.
Yeah, but the position is fallacious. It's built on a false premise. Like, see, this is what I'm saying, man. That it's built on a false premise because of no, we're holding him accountable. We're holding him accountable, and we're doing it by going
I just didn't have the same expectations y'all did. I didn't have. He didn't fail me because I didn't have those expectations from him. I knew he wasn't going to be able to do nothing. I knew he wasn't going to be able to do all this magic and bring unicorns into existence, all this crazy. I knew he wasn't going to be able to do none of that.
Brother, you actually agree with me, brother. I think you agree with me in a way.
But I just don't call it. I don't call it failing us. We agree on some things, but I don't think he didn't fail us. I think our people failed themselves in putting their hope into a man when they shouldn't have put that hope into him. Instead of putting them hope into themselves and cultivating that self-reliance.
And I just wish that our people would say what it is that they expected from him, so then we can measure it all based upon what a president can actually do and see whether or not he truly failed the people or not. They're not, nobody's ever being specific. They're saying he failed us because he didn't build a building in our community. No president has ever went around building buildings in people's. So my thing is, what is it that you expected him to do? What specifically did you expect him to do for so-called black people? And let's see what presidents do, what it is in their job description. What is it that they supposed to do? What can they actually do? And let's see if he met the expectations.
All right, brother, look. The bottom line is this, man, that the president of the United States is a voted position, right? And within that voted position, people have expectations. Right?
However erroneous they may be, they have expectations. But go ahead.
Okay.
But erroneous expectations.
All right, go ahead. Who next? Well, brother, because I'm about to give it to y'all real quick. Give me 1 second, and I'm gonna show you where my thinking come from. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna show you where my thinking comes from, real quick.
Okay, that is a nice shirt you got on, though, brother. I like that.
I appreciate it, my brother. But look, I'm gonna give the people this one, and hopefully it can come up. But if it can't, I'm going to read it. I'm gonna read magistrate and subject. And this is our expectation when we have a leader. And it's
but let me just say this. Before you read that, I'm gonna say this one thing before you read it. The citizens of the United States are not the subjects of the president.
No.
This is true.
It's a false comparison, but go ahead.
This is true. This is very true. This is very true.
When a person is put into power,
it's a false comparison.
And the president doesn't have sovereign power.
So the government ain't for the people. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah,
it's a false comparison, bro.
It's not a magistrate subject situation. It's not a relationship. It's not a magistrate subject relationship.
That wasn't a question. Is the government for the people? By the people?
The government is.
Government is of the people.
Of the people.
Of the people, for the people,
by the people, and for the people. Yes,
that's right.
Isn't the people organization?
That's right.
Yep. It's only supposed to look out for the best interest of the people.
Yep. But that doesn't make the people subjects of the president.
Okay, forget the subject part. Forget that part.
How can you forget it? You're coming out of
okay, because I don't want y'all to get caught up in the semantics of words. What I'm saying is
those are divine instructions. That ain't semantics.
Listen to me. No, I'm trying to make a point. The point that I'm making is when a president gets into office, it is his job to look out for the best interests of the people. Is
right?
He's going to be accountable to those people.
Is it his job to look out for the best interests of the people, to do the will of the people?
Supposed to be.
See, he don't like to answer that question.
Listen. We live, but you got to understand. Yes, that is his job. But But listen, though. Look, hold on, Taharka. Listen, the execution of that is where we have a problem in this conversation. The way he executes that, because we live in a federalist country where we have central power and regional power. He has to work with the states, the governors, in the cities that inhabitants that run their own regional governments. It's not just one government where the president runs the government and he's the sole representation of the will of the people. The will of the people shift and are very different. The climate of the will of the people change all over the country. There's no way humanly possible he can represent the will of everyone at once. That's why we have regional government, so that it can be represented one way in Texas and represented another way in Illinois and represented another way in California and represented another way in Georgia, but he can't represent all of it. But the way this country is constituted, it represents itself regionally.
Hey, do you know that he tried to give? Do you know that he tried to give federal aid to New Jersey after a hurricane and Chris Christie turned the money down?
Because he didn't want to look like he was working. Oh, we talking about President Barack Obama.
But
Chris Christie.
We talking about President
Now
Barack
we talking
Obama.
about Chris Christie.
You know who he is, right?
No, we're talking about Barack Obama and the relationship between the president and state governments and how not only them in Louisiana, where Grimion L is, the governor of that state, Bobby Jindal, turned down some federal aid from the government.
So when does the way he has to work with the states and the governors in order to get his job done? When does that become a factor? He is not able to get done. When is that important?
I'm convinced that y'all lane is y'all lane, and y'all ain't gonna hear nothing I gotta say. I ain't hear what you got to say, and we gonna do this work.
But that's the thing. I heard you. I did hear you.
Loud and clear.
I understand what you're saying. No, I understand exactly what you're saying. I mean, you're not the first person to make these arguments. A lot of people are making the arguments all over social media and everywhere else. I understand the concept. I know what people are saying. The problem with the argument is that it's erroneous because nobody's telling you what it is that they actually expected from the president, and then the things that they are expecting. But the thing, I know, but listen, but Tahaka, listen to what we're saying. You said you didn't hear us. I'm telling you, I heard you, so I'm trying to get you to hear what I'm saying. I'm trying to get you to hear. I'm trying to get you to hear what I'm saying. The things that the people were expecting from him, if you can finally extract some little bit of something from somebody, finally, what they were expecting from him were things that they should not have been expecting from him. Right. That's the point.
Right. Those expectations based upon their lack of knowledge of governmental process and how things actually work.
There you go. That's what we're saying.
Well, brother, let's close out. It's 11 o'clock. We go. My voice hurt, so I can't have Wade Ill on here until like a week. Cause, brother, if you come on Wednesday, I ain't gonna have no voice. I can't work with other people.
I appreciate the opportunity, and you have me on tonight, brother.
No, brother, this ain't the last time. This ain't the last time.
I hope not, brother.
We gonna have a part 2, but I just can't do it on Wednesday. I can't.
I appreciate you, brother.
Hey, brother, and hopefully, we could talk offline one time, and one of our conversations that me and Ali and Grim have together one time. You know what
Absolutely. I mean? Those are my brothers, man.
Because I'm going to turn you around. I'm going to bring
you. Oh my God.
We're going to get you some 20-inch rims.
Oh man.
I've been there and done all that, brother. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to
it. We're going to make some Jack Mac. And we're gonna sit down and we're gonna talk about it. Because y'all been eating sushi, y'all been cutting up too much steak.
We too shishi fufu. That's it.
Hey family, look here, man. These are my brothers, man. And one thing I said to Brother Ali Bey last week, that we need to learn how to disagree. I think this was a beautiful disagreement. People say a beautiful disagreement. That's an oxymoron. That's a misnomer. No. We can disagree because we all not going to see things alike. The Prophet Ali teaches us that man does not see God alike. Man does not see Allah alike. So he picks the part that he sees, and he calls that part of law. So sometimes we don't see things alike, and it's okay. You know, Allah is so great in his mercy that he allow us to have opinions. If we didn't, we all be robots. And how boring would that world be? So the good thing about it is that there is a great God of the universe that gives me an opinion, that gives my brother an opinion, and give my other brother an opinion, and we can chop it up. And people in the audience need to understand. People in the audience need to understand that this is not, as my brother was saying, a Sinetta thing. You know what I mean? They always say the Sinetta. Oh yeah, whatever.
A lot of people compare you to Sinetta.
A lot of people does that. And I don't have a problem with that because Sinetta my man, and I think he opened the door for me to do the things that I do. But this is the real deal personality. Anybody?
That's Tahaka. Tahaka's like that.
It is what it
all the time. Tahaka's like that all the time. Hey, Tahaka, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
What kind of stuff were they saying in the chat? Tell me some of the stuff they were saying in the chat that you think is problematic.
I had a lot of disagreements with y'all, brother. In the beginning, y'all was killing me, but towards the end, I was killing it. Towards the end. But in the beginning, y'all was killing me. I think they got with y'all articulation. Y'all articulate y'all words like, you know, the people see. They articulate. But no, it was pretty balanced, man. It was pretty balanced. A few said my brother was tap dancing. A few say answer the question. A few say Tahaka Bay flip flopping. A few say don't let up on him, Tahaka. And I mean, but it was 50-50. But the good thing about it is that I'm pretty sure that everybody walks away with a concept of, did Barack Obama fail us, or did he only do what he could do within the capacity of what he could do?
Outstanding.
I think that's the conclusion. Did he fail us, or did he do only what he was able to do? I think my brother's saying he's doing. I think my brother's conclusion is he did what he was able to do. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
And I would just add, for me, I would just add that with that being said, I don't see him failing us. Now, me personally, I definitely don't see how he failed me. So I don't, you know.
Yeah, me either. Me either. I'm with him on that.
So that's the conclusion. My brothers feel that Barack Obama did what he was able to do, and in doing what he was able to do, he did not fail us. I believe that he could have done more as it relates to us benefiting directly without us figuring it out. We shouldn't have to peel back paper. We shouldn't have to Google it. We should be able to say, you know what? Barack Obama did this. The same way I can say Barack Obama approved this for the gays. Barack Obama approved this for the Mexicans. Barack Obama did this for Israel. That's just
tell the people to look up the Jobs Act, the JOBS. It's actually an acronym. JOBS actually is an acronym. But tell the people to look up the Jobs Act and to do the research on how that helped, quote unquote, minority or black businesses and so forth. Specifically, just tell them to look that up.
They hear you, brother. But with that, we're going to close out, family. It's 11 o'clock. I ain't know we're going to go this long. Brother Wade, yeah, man, I look forward to you on hopefully next week. But what else you like to talk about, brother? I'd like to argue with you. What else you like to talk about?
Anything, brother. Anything.
And I know you got a concern.
You know, but we're not going to disagree with everything.
I know that's the bad part.
So some conversations might not be as exciting as others.
I know, man.
But
politics, and then both of us are bored, so we can't disagree too much on religion. You know what I'm saying? Religion and politics go together. So we both bored, so we can't disagree too much on that, man. I don't know. We might get a conversation and talk about some of the particulars of cultural overtones of religion. Like, can I have a dog in my house? Islam, something like that. You know what I mean? But with that, man, I said peace in Islam. Man, I appreciate you, my brothers. I love y'all, man, and I'm serious about that, man. I can disagree and not dislike you. That's
absolutely.
That's just me. I don't know if people are obtained that degree of consciousness yet, but I do have it. I can disagree and not dislike you. I love you the same as I did before we had this conversation, and that's real talk. And with that, I said peace and love, Islam. I love y'all, family. I got to go. No music tonight because my voice hurt, and I'm up out of here. Peace and love.
Peace.
Peace and love. Peace and love.